While I'm sitting in here and having a natter, thought I'd jump in and say hello to everybody. We've got the PP treatment going in, or actually in at present. Just put it in about 5 minutes ago. So far, so good. Everything looks to be doing well. But usual thing, guys, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Can't let me vape. How's it going all? I hope everybody's well. Well, basically, you're here to keep me company, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be sitting here going through the next 4 hours of PP treatment in the pond. I will say this much: it looks cracking when you've got a pond full of bendigoys, because everything now looks that. Let's show you. Everything now looks. Let's spin this round so we can do it right. Everything now at the moment looks rather on the purple side. Let's put that down. But up to press, again, everything is looking pretty good. 4 hours. Only joking, Dave. That's the thing. My dog has a massive tail. What the hell? You don't what you mean as in our Sonny has a massive tail. Let's kick off with these comments from the beginning. Humberkai says, welcome to this evening's live. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Bubble and Fins, good evening, everyone. DT says, good evening all. Hope everyone is having a good evening. So far, so good, mate. I tell you what, right, I will say this. Crafty did say, and Ryan did say, that it leaves a horrible scuzzy brown mark all the way around your pond. Boy, does it ever. I won't say that the water was particularly clear this morning or this evening when I come back out, but I have got a little bit of protein in the water. You can see we've got the bubbles on the top, but there was a brown scummy coating all the way around. So I give the pond a partial water change, and then we've gone straight back in with another treatment again. Rick's Coy says, evening all. Good evening, bud. Thank you for joining us. Marcus and Codus Coy says, hi everyone. Thank you for joining us, mate. ANC Coy with evening and waving hand. Kelly says, hi with a wave. Thanks very much for joining us. Yeah, Bubba. From Crafty. Cabby says, hello everyone. How you doing, Cabby? Hope you're well, mate. Twisted with a yo-yo me cupcakes. Humber Coy, cooking tea, and our little Ted talking to us there, fruit cat flap look. Let's see what he's going to say. There is 1 second. What's up, bud? Are you giving us a wave? Look at you with your chocolate face. Go on then, monkey. In you go there with your grandma. Say hi. Wave to everybody. Good man. See you soon. Mind your toes. Yeah, so there we go. There's our little Ted. And he keeps talking to me through the cat flap. So we got Twisted that says yo-yo me cupcakes. We got Humbercoy says cooking tea but watching on TV. Gwen says good evening all. Thank you very much for joining us, Gwen. Sorry, I double tapped that then and took your comment back off. Working on the electrics in Long Block. Well, Vince, I hope you can do me a favour if you can, mate. I hope that you can put back my my meter on mine in my filter shed, because yesterday, while I was a bit cold, I thought it'd be a good idea just to bang this heater on. Completely forgot that I'd left the heater on, and when I came in here, I kid you not, it's still 18.7 degrees in here now. When I come in and open the shed door to get ready for doing what I'm doing, I'd left it on and it was 48.9 degrees in here. So, well insulated shed, and it has brought the pond up to 11.3 degrees. And I've taken a temperature reading of the mini pond, that's at 7.2. So that just cost me an absolute shitload. But at least it got the fish a little bit of a warmer evening. M. Bart says evening all. Lloyd's Coy with a hi all and a double thumbs up. Rick's Coy Pond says just had shepherd's pie. I've just had veggie burgers, potato wedges and a little bit of side salad. Kamakuza Shishua has been up and fed Ricky. All right. Good to hear from Ricky says. DT says they're the only 4 hours. Oh no, only joking. It's still in the door, right? Now I get you. Yeah, it's the hose pipe, mate. That's the joys of having no water to the back of your house. So I've got an hose pipe running through the living room now, while my 3-year-old grandson's running around and jumping over every 2 minutes. Sweet guys joined us. Thank you very much, Chris. Hope you're well, love. Terence Gander says evening. Chris Taylor's with an evening, everyone. Bobble Stoy says hi all. Thank you for joining us. I will mention this, guys, just so that I've got it. If you get a comment on your GKP space 2K that says nice try, try harder, that means you've put it in incorrectly. So there's a little bit of a tip for any of you. Just go back and check your comments and make sure you've put them in, as I will be using a random comment picker, and if you haven't got it exactly right, the comment picker may very well not pick up what you've put in. So there's a little tip, just in case. I think you're in the doghouse, Grafter. He's adorable. He's not adorable, he's a dickhead. He's definitely a cockapoo, and an emphasis on the cock. Oh, bless him, Dave says. Yeah, it was warm. I swear to God, honestly, let me spin this camera. I swear to God, it was like opening the oven door. I opened the shed door and it just hit me in the face, and I was thinking, bloody hell, why is that so hot in here? I thought, God, it's been warm today, and then I realised, I looked across and seen heater was still on. Or an idiot. I bet that's just cost me about 35 quid to warm my shed up for night. Dave says I haven't even had my tea yet. Get cracking on, mate, you're the one that's cooking it. George Murdoch says, evening all. Good evening, George. Brian Glover with an evening all. Thank you very much for joining us. Dave Bradley, thank you for joining us too, mate. Right, there we go. We've got at least it's daylight is lasting longer, mate. It is. If we cast us back a couple of months, pushing up to 6 o'clock now. Am I right? No, sorry, pushing up to 7 o'clock, and we've still got daylight hours. I don't think we're going to get much more daylight though, but we have got the floodlight up there that I can switch on afterwards. But yeah, up to press. Everybody seems all right. Not all that bothered by it. I'm not going to go into doses. All I'm going to say is, if you ever want any advice and you ever want to know how to go about PV treating your pond, contact Ryan, contact Crafty, and have a chat with a professional that knows exactly what they're doing, and take advice from those that have done it way more than me. This is only my second do at it. We've had it in yesterday, no problems. And we're going again this evening, and then tomorrow evening I'll be coming home and doing a good water change, and then we'll be going in with the one sec. I always forget the name of this. There was 1 second. The fluke pea. This stuff is brilliant, and it knocked them on head last year, and I'm hoping now this time with the Kazuri, bit of a sponsor, hoping that next time Fluke Pea this time goes and does what it needs to do. We've got the hydrogen peroxide ready just in case. Now what I will ask, I don't know, again, yesterday I left it in for its entirety. Throughout the whole night, didn't neutralise it. Now I don't know whether or not I should be neutralising it this evening, or whether I should just leave it as is. Yeah, I don't know whether I neutralise it after 4 hours, but I'm sure Crafty will let me know. Drop us a text, mate. Ping us a message and let me know what you would do. Mike F says, evening everyone. Good evening, Mike. Hope you're well. Oop, just took a massive jump then. She was about your grandson, not the dog. Oh, well, my grandson's definitely not a cock. He's brilliant. Love him to bits. Anybody wants a cockapoo though, feel free to hit me up in the comments. Yeah, we were talking about that your grandson is with his chocolate face. Do you know what? He's probably one of the most kindest, sharing kids I've ever known. We went over to my daughter's on Easter Sunday or Easter Monday for a sit-down meal. We had a sit-down meal, and then the kids, my grandsons, went into the garden to, go looking for the Easter eggs and all that kind of thing. My daughter had put them all the way around the garden and what have you. And our Ted went running around like a whirlwind, collecting them all way faster than I know, because obviously he's only just really started walking. But give credit to the kid, when he walked back in, Noah came in with his 2 little eggs in his basket, and Ted's got a basket full. He did no more than take his brother's basket off him and filled him up half of what he's got. Now that's a little gent, that. Can't knock him at all. So, what's everybody been up to? How's, sorry dog, keyboard, it's his phone, is off. The dog, he's hard work. He's perfect in the house and in the garden. Anybody that comes down and visits is petrified, absolutely scared stupid. Once he's got round him and seen him for 2 or 3 minutes, then he's ready to run. But take him for halfway around the block, he collapses and lays on the floor and refuses to walk. He's got serious anxiety, gets too anxious with it all and just can't go out walking. We're looking at going and taking him to the vets to see about getting him on some kind of medication to help keep him a bit calmer. Because my daughter's done it with hers, because hers was the same as well, and he's like a totally different dog. So we're going to get him in there and get a specialist to have a look at him. We checked him over every other way, physical wise, there's nothing wrong with him. Cost a small penny, but wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything physically wrong with him, preventing him to go out for a walk. So, what's everybody been up to? How's your ponds doing? Everybody got any problems with theirs? Are they going through treatments yourselves? Just before I put the PP in, I did see the Matsukawabaki doing a little bit of popping to the top, but I did have the big kaka doing a bit of tail walking, so it's obviously becoming more of a problem and spreading around the fish. So as soon as we've got this PP treatment done with today and tomorrow, the float peak's going in. Marik's going on, mate. Sorry. First day at new job, so over the moon. Nice one, Dave. Hope you enjoyed it, bud. Better than where you were. And Marik says, "Good evening. You bought my ticket." Yeah, mate. That did make me giggle again. The 2K giveaway, that will definitely get me a ticket to Japan. It will do, mate. Should get us both on there for that price. We should both be able to get over there. Might not come back though, mate. That'd be an idea. But yeah, this is what we're on with, guys. Bit of PP treatment. And I'll say this much, up to press, the experience that I've had with it has not been nowhere near as daunting as what I thought it was going to be. I walked up on myself a bit yesterday, but not at all today, even though I have stepped up the dose again today to what I did yesterday. So, it's a little bit stronger than what it was. Like I said, I'm not going to go into treatment doses or anything like that. This is not a how-to. This is just me being kept company by yourself. Fundavets for dogs does wonder with anxiety issues. Hope you figure it out for him. Thank you very much. Fundavets, is that a form of dog medication then, Chris? If it is, I shall give that one a Google. I know a few people have said like you can get some pretty good herbal remedy type stuff. That's supposed to calm down a little bit, but if that is something it's worth me having a look at, I shall give it a Google. Lebo says, well, the link's there, mate. Oh, no, actually, the link's not there, is it? I bet I haven't put a link on, have I? Shite. Speak to Nicky, guys. Thank you very much, mate. I will do. Dave, good luck with your new job. Yep, he's been in there today. It's an actual vet. Oh, actual vest you put on your dog. Right, sweet. Well, we tried the anxiety beds and all that lot. Yeah, that lasted all of about, I think, 3 days, and then he ripped it to pieces and turned it into a big pile of fluff. And even though the dog have teeth like scissors, I kid you not, he just sits there and nibbles and chews through stuff and takes circles out of cloth, out of blankets or anything. We give him a little blanket when we picked him up, when we got him from Mike. And we left him with a little blanket so he got a smell of his family when he came home. And within 3 or 4 days, he chewed half of that to bits. He's even chewed a great big hole in my sofa the size of my steering wheel. So that's my sofa absolutely shot, and we're on the hunt for a new one. Yeah, that's why I say it's definitely a poo. That is for sure. What we got then? It went well at Sweet Acre Koi Farm. Good one, Dave. I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. They always say a change is as good as a rest. So hopefully, fingers crossed, mate, everything stays and remains the same. I haven't even put a link up. let me do this. Right. Can I even invite guests? Right. Let's see if I can I post them? Oh, to God, I should be able to. You can see how often I've done this on my mobile phone, can't you? Post a comment. There we go. There we go. There's the link. If anybody wants to join, click that link. Feel free to jump in. Come and have a natter. What hang about? What's that? What's that? You best be giving away GKP sliders for the 2K giveaway. Have you got some you want to donate? Oh dear. If anybody's interested in a pair of GKP sliders instead of the there we go. Instead of that work? There we go. Instead of the coffee cup or whatever, let me know and I'll stick some GKP sliders in instead. They're fucking expensive though, I'll say that much.
Evening, guys.
Good evening, Lee. How are you doing? How's them shower doing, mate, that you got from Wakey Koi?
Not too bad. No, they're a bit slow settling in first, but now they're up and feeding. The other two that saw is they tend to sit at the bottom still, not coming up. So they're a bit skitty, shy, but eventually they'll get there and start feeding. So what
You'll get there, mate.
So what you're
doing tonight? Seat, couldn't I will bring the PC chair out of you.
So what you're on, you doing a bit of PP upon?
PP in it again, mate, giving it second treatment. Second dose. Yesterday it went brown after about 2.5 hours. Yeah, so we've gone in with a second dose again today. Slightly up to a little bit.
What are you treating for?
What am I treating for? I'm treating for flukes, mate. Got gill flukes again.
Well, you got gill flukes, so you're doing that. Are you going down Linux Pro?
Going down what?
Are you using Linux Pro? Are you using
no, that's just shite, mate. Well, in my opinion, I don't think it's much top. I haven't had any luck with it. I've used a whole box trying to get rid of it. I'm going with the Fluke P.
I don't think I find that a bit weak, that stuff.
Well, they're all a bit weak, mate, if you stick to instructions.
Oh, have you heard a guy called Duncan Griffin?
Have a what, sorry?
Heard a guy called Duncan Griffin?
You'd have to say that again, I can't hear you.
Have you heard a guy called Duncan Griffin?
Is that Peter Griffin's brother?
No. He's from Staffordshire. And what it is, he makes all his own medication. He's licensed to sell it. He's got his own website. I forgot what the website it is. And he does health course online you can apply to. And he's got a book as well. I think he's well known in the hobbies world. And he does all his own fluke treatments, but it's like Prazitin 100%. It's not like you walk down pre stuff. And it's quite
There's loads of methods out there of using. Yeah. I think this is what we're on about when we were talking about last Thursday night. Our treatments aren't as good as what they used to be because you're ruling that they've got to be within a certain specification of let's say quantities of ingredients.
Yeah.
Which makes it more difficult when you're trying to do something when you're struggling to get rid of it and nothing else is working. So one of them things, mate, don't it?
The only thing you could use, but we don't have to use it, is Supervercon. That's a farming sheep ingredient. I have used it, and it is quite good. But obviously, when you're not used to it, it's a bit harsh and it can be a bit dangerous.
Personally for me, I won't be using it like that.
It's like
I know it's all based upon the similar sort of lines, isn't it? It's a worming treatment.
Yeah. Because I've got a well-known hobbyist who runs the Yorkshire Social Society Club, I think, near around me, and he uses it, and he gave me some. He said, "Tell you what dosage to use," and it's spot on because he had nothing but trouble. Could he get rid of his drugs? No. So I used that and spot on, but obviously one of the things in it can either work or the tips up. So it's
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I know my pond stock is not all Japanese top class fish, but I'd hate to think that if I got it wrong or used something wrong and killed everything. This is why I've got it set up as I have, mate. I've done a water change. Fish are all, as you can see, they're all cruising around. I've got a bowl of water in case I get a single fish that comes up that's got any problem. Nets already, hose pipes there to go. Hydrogen peroxide's in shed ready, poured out.
That's what you can do.
And for the price of what hydrogen peroxide is, even if I don't make use of it, and you know the bottle spoils because it's been open, I'll just bin it because at the end of the day, well, it's £6.50, £7 or something like that for a bottle of it. Yeah.
Well, I use a dosage. What Ryan said the other week, because I've always used that dosage like that. I won't go into discussion onto it because we won't, you know what I mean, what dosage you're on about. That's what I go towards the end, that dosage, that upper level of what it says on the packet, and it seems to work. But I do what you've just done. Like, say, you PP'd yesterday, and hopefully it neutralises anything organic what's in the pond. So you get rid of all that. You do a second dose on second day. So all being well, it should stay purple at least 4 hours now.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. I was surprised, to be fair though, mate. I was surprised that it stayed purple for 2.5 hours. I mean, I said yesterday in video, I'm not 100% sure whether or not that is. Hey, there we go. Add to the stage. Fingers crossed that worked. Hey, it was fun. I was saying yesterday that I was surprised that it stayed. I wasn't sure what brown was, but when I seen it go brown, I knew what the brown was. And it was definitely by the 2.5 hour mark, it definitely started to go brown. But it was after the 2.5 hour mark that when it went brown, the fish were just, I mean, now they're just pretty, you know, they're cruising around nice and steady. But yesterday, after the 2 hour mark, they were up and down, they were circulating the pond. They were not flashing, but they were gently rubbing the bodies all the way along liner outside the pond, not going down it. So it was doing something, whether it's more of an irritation for what we're on them, but it was definitely having an effect, way more.
Is it the first time you used PP then?
Yeah, I've used it for when I buy a new fish and I bring it back.
Oh
and
yeah,
I've given it a PP. I've done it that way, but I've never done it in my pond like this.
Yeah.
Have you always done it in your pond?
Yeah, me and Marie on a summer's evening spooning in pond.
That's the thing. I've never done it.
No, me neither, mate. No, thanks.
Maybe we could start a trend.
Pond exhibitionists. DT says that they made a gold, Mike. Mike says, LOL, gold Haribo. Now, I tell you what, if they were, I won't be giving them away, but I get them scrambled, mate. Chris, thanks, DT. I'll try and I might do the same as Gaz. Do 2 separate PP treatments. They are on the sides and some redness. A few with some with ulcers. Oh, damn, Chris. You're the second person I've heard today that's been talking about, you know, bacterial infections. Somebody else was in the comments earlier on as well. He's waiting on some CT treatment so he can give them a dose of CT tomorrow. So.
Well, sure it's not parasite-related illness, because sometimes parasites can cause problems, and you're going to get sexual ulcers and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, an ulcer is an infection coming out of the fish.
Yeah.
So if you ever get an ulcer, it's not necessarily because of parasites.
Not always.
The infection coming out.
Not always. It's like a couple of years ago, I'd cost you really bad. I'd a shower, and half its side were eating away because and then it turned out on the line cause were the Costia. So
Yeah, but
Costia is a parasite. It's not going to cause that on your fish.
Right,
What you'll find is it's a secondary infection as a result of Costia.
Yeah.
Which is an open
When
wound
it's
and an
been
infection.
rubbing it and making itself sore, then an infection's got in. That's not an ulcer. That's
that's what it
a
was.
sore, open sore wound, isn't it?
I mean,
Hey, a lot of people think that when you turn around and say my fish has got an ulcer because it's got a sore on it from something like that it's an ulcer, and it's not an ulcer. It's an infection, and the infection sets in. Normally, an ulcer becomes a bulging lump and then bursts.
Yeah.
Same as what you get as an ulcer on a person. Breaking down of the infection and bacteria below the skin surface till it pops, bursts. That's why they take so long to heal.
what people go wrong with ulcers is they constantly medicate against it. There's no requirement.
Yeah. And when you're not leaving it giving it a chance to heal up, and then going back in and removing the healing up process and cleaning it again, which is
you give it a clean up, you put the meds on, bit of top coat sealer, put it back in, leave it alone, and what you'll see is round the edge of the wound, you'll see like a ring appear. Right, fish don't scab like we do. What you'll find is their skin grows back really slowly.
Yeah, it goes white around it, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you look for the ring around the wound, and that's it starting to close up. But without heat, it can take a huge amount of time. It takes a long time with heat. Without heat, it takes even longer. I hope GT's not at work. He's not doing a job today.
He's not. He's
just on the blower to his boss.
Peter Griffin's brother. I got a flyby on you with that one, didn't I, Lee?
I know you did, mate. You did. I heard what you said, yeah.
Why have I got a delivery? Have you ordered?
It leaves a scar, so get rid. ANC says. I think when you get to an ulcer,
that's bollocks, man.
When you get to that stage, they all leave a scar, don't they?
Well, I don't understand that. Right, if you're not prepared to put up with the issues that you get koi, then leave. If it gets a scar, you get rid of it. I mean, everyone to themselves, but that's ridiculous. Personally, if you're not showing, don't make any fucking odds.
I'd agree with that, especially if it's a big fish.
Even a fish with a couple of shimmies on, what you do out, you've got a couple of shimmies on it. You know what I mean? Like with a fish with a coacal with a couple of shimmies on, had a couple of years, got a couple of shimmies. You out the fish, got a couple of shimmies on it. You know what I mean? Stuff like
that. I always get rid of fish I don't want. I just give them to Dad. But my dad's not bothered. He just likes fish. And if I want to say, right, for example, my crappy arawaki that I had, I gave it my dad. My dad's just chuffed to bits with it. Happy as Larry with it. Feeds well. It's coming up, and it's a decent sized fish in his pond. He's happy as Larry with it, and that's at the end of the day. That's all. I think really matters as long as it goes to a good home.
Did you scrape that little? What did you put in your little half moon tank?
Oh, well, this is the thing, right?
Is it a Makashi?
I've been thinking this was not a Makashi Ogon. Vince has got one, and I can't remember the name. But I'm pretty sure that this bugger's a ghost coin there. Let me show you. See what you think. Because I'm just looking at it now. This looks like a skull on its head to me. So,
it's hard to find, isn't it? The little spinny. You look like Alan Tate trying to leave.
Back camera. Right, so it should be good. You little shit. So we just at top then. That's him. He's down there. But when you look at front of him, front on,
it blurs out, mate. It's hard to see it. Did you do a scrape on that fish, Gus?
No.
Right.
I left that one, mate, but that could be the problem. But this thing here to treat, mate, this is why I'm not all that bothered about it. Because putting that fish in here, there's only 4 fish in there. And to treat that is pence in comparison. So I'm going to leave him in there. And he's certainly a lot more active now, because yesterday they were hanging around on top. Now he's going down to the bottom. So I'm going to leave that fish in there. And then when it comes to it, I'll do a scrape on him if he's come round a little bit more, and then get him banged in a bit of treatment in there and see if it's a little bit of fluke. He's probably because he's been down and stuck behind back of these down here where I have my lily pots. He's not that you can see him because water's purple as hell, but there are 4 lily pots that just down there. So when they all grow, they all spread across pond in this corner. And he's been down there right since I made this pond. Since I made this extension and made it bigger, he's been hid behind back at there. So if he's been on bottom all the time, he's going to be susceptible to flukes more than any other fish, I would imagine.
Okay, the reason why I ask us is because when you said on your video yesterday that it looks like it's malnourished, it's hiding away, which is ineffectively sulking, isolating itself from the others. Quite often you'll get a fish that is the weakest in your pond. So that's when the parasites will generally attack first.
Yeah.
So if I would do a scrape on that to see why that fish is malnourished, because irrespective of size, it should be in with the rest. In fact, it should be using the others as confidence to feed, etc.
Yeah, that's what I thought, mate, as well. It surprised me the way he's been, but it was a confident feeder with all the rest in the small mini pond, and we're always out in the mix with them all. Yeah.
So the stress of expanding your pond out, new water. What you might find is that's your canary fish, mate, and it's the one that suffers most. So if you give that a scrape, because you took it out during the treatment, what you want to do is you want to see whether or not you find out on that, and you might find that's probably one of the reasons why you're having an issue.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I didn't want to risk leaving. It looked that weak yesterday. I thought if I leave it in here with that PP, it's
going to turn. Yeah, I get that.
So rather than risk it, and those fish that are in there are all fish they're all fish that I'm keeping just for the sake of keeping. But
the thing is,
got a roll gill or whatever, but it's little fish for our head to have a look at.
If you get that fish round, right, if it is a parasitic issue and it don't sit well, right, using that pond, feed it up a little bit, get its strength back, reintroduce it into your pond.
Yeah.
Right, and then if it goes back to the same behaviour, and then you find that it's a stress fish, and it's not good for any pond, if I'm honest, because it will always be the victim.
And the other thing is, mate, it's a ghost koi too.
Well, it's hard to see because your video blurs out.
I've not noticed before because I've never been able to see him square on like that, looking down at him as clear as that. But when he were up at the top, it's just got a perfect little skull on his face.
But ghosties, mate, are hard as fuck.
Not
well.
this one.
But yeah, not that one. Right, so I'm just giving you an option, right? Just another avenue of thought.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Within that, I thought maybe that is the case. It could be the fact that your pond's not the problem; it's the fish. That one fish could
That's
be.
That's what we were saying the other day. What we were saying about, I thought that perhaps maybe the Matsu Kawabaki was the problem fish, but maybe that one's been harbouring the parasites, and the Matsu Kawabaki is the next one that picks them up as quick.
Yeah. But sometimes it's just down to that one fish that makes a big difference in your pond. If it's just not suited, it might thrive in that little pond, put it back in that big, and it goes back to normal.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. And if it is a ghost koi, it can stay in there for our Ted to have a nosy at for him to enjoy.
Ghost koi, anyway, it's no such thing. It's a ghost carp.
Yeah, ghost carp. Same
koi is completely different.
Ain't you meant to be at home crafting, DT says?
Yeah, probably, but fuck it.
That's the Kabuto. I thought it was a King Kabuto, but I'm not sure it's a King Kabuto, or not now with what I've seen on its face. It looks just like a little skeleton skull on its face.
You got a busy weekend crafting down shop this weekend?
Say that again, mate. You are to hear.
Do you have a busy week, bank holiday weekend in shop?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, it's very busy. Yeah. Extremely, really, really busy. To be fair, it's been. I know the season's kicked off. Put it that way. It's from Saturday onwards. It's just gone stupid, mate. To be perfectly honest.
Could go right, innit?
Oh,
Chris
mate,
is saying he just praises he's not bacterial as he cannot afford antibiotic treatments, and I've got 58 koi in a total ranging from 12 cm to 65. Jesus Christ, that would be a lot of injection there.
Yeah. Again, Chris, I think that you know.
Don't panic first.
Can I mention the new? I mention the new group.
Can you what, bud?
Mention the new group that I've just set.
Yeah, of course you can, mate. You can share out whatever you want on here, mate. It's not a problem.
So I've just set up a new Facebook group called UK Koi Owners, Koi Community. Sorry, Chris, if you drop a couple of pictures on there, mate, I've already managed to get quite a lot of experts on the scene, and someone to pick it up. Too many people worry about bacteria.
Drop a link in for Crafty's Facebook group, if you won't mind, please.
Cheers, Gus. Too many people worry about bacterial issues being like the aromas one that eats your fish from inside out. Okay, you can get a couple of knocks, you can get a couple of little ulcers. All fish are different, right? You will know if you've got a bad bacterial issue because it will take heed within 48 hours, and you will lose so many of your fish so fast.
That stuff is quick, mate. I've seen it firsthand, Crafty. You can go from one day a fish looking totally fine, and the next day, and they've got ulcers starting forming within a day or two. They're as big as your chuffing fish.
Yeah,
that's rapid. That stuff. The bad one,
mate. And I think there's other things that you can start to look at. People are going to go down the CT route. It's okay. It's not a go-to treatment for me. There is other stuff like pond detox and things like that will neutralise bad bacteria within your pond and create a new balance as well. There's other treatments you can put in that isn't toxic, that actually reacts better with water than what it does hit your fish up. Anything with like, I think I've seen that you said there was like red markings on the fish. Right, what you need to do, you need to get that fish out, sedate it, and then check for dead scales, because it could be as much as just a loose dead scale sitting in the skin that's causing irritation. Remove a pair of tweezers, give it a little tug. First and foremost, make sure your hands are wet. Rub your finger over the top of the scales and see if anything looks like it's moving as it shouldn't, i.e. looks wobbly on the skin. That's a pair of tweezers, pull it out. A little bit of anti-bac on there, a bit of top coat sealer, put it back in, forget about it, and you'll find that if it is the cause, that redness will disappear very quickly. Okay, so there's other things. It's not always bacteria. Right? Everyone, because of YouTube, everyone instantly thinks fucking they've got a bacterial issue, and it's not the case. There's a lot of other stuff before that.
Is the normal one? Is it Aromonas?
Aromonas, yeah. Yeah,
again, mate, they're not bothered. They're not. How long we've been on now? 43 minutes.
45 minutes. Has it gone brown yet?
We've passed the first hour. No, it's purple as hell, mate.
I bet you it will last twice as long as yours did yesterday.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of, I can never remember the word. Was it battle through first? I can never remember it.
Was it what? Sorry.
Was it battle through first? Your PP? I can never remember what it's called.
My PP.
No, anyone's PP. When you put it in, it eats through.
The organic matter.
Organic matter. That's the one. Right, because you cleared that yesterday. You have a look how long it lasts now. The PP treatment. It will last so much longer. It's unreal.
It's still, when I came home this evening, the water still looked brown.
Yeah,
it looked bad.
Right. Yeah, but
it was clear. It was clear. I could see the bottom, but it was definitely brown.
That's good. There's nothing wrong with that, mate. That's part of the medicine.
Yeah.
Just let that run its course, dude. It'll do you well. I promise you.
Question then: if I get to the 4 hour mark, Do I leave it or do I neutralise it?
No, you just leave it be.
Leave it be,
Leave it be.
as is, and let it run through. Like
Yeah.
give
Yeah,
the
what
water
you
change
remember is,
and then in with the fluke treatment.
You just leave it be. Let it run its course. It will run out. Okay, it will run through, but it'll just last longer. This is the bit now that's it's hitting your fish more than what it is organic matter, right? So if you think if it took an hour for it to start to turn yesterday, if you was to follow the instructions that you see on the back of packets,
14 to 16 hours to keep it
yeah,
perfect.
and it doesn't, like I was saying to you yesterday, it doesn't give you a dosage and how to top up. So what people will do is they constantly top that up following the instruction, and they end up overdosing. Right, so if you hit it this way, right, just one day at a time, the second treatment will last longer because it's not got as much work to do against organics. All right, from there, what's he done now? Look, turned us off.
All right, I was just checking on my battery life because it's
From there, right, so I'm quite confident that nothing's going to happen to your fish on a basis that if it's going to happen, it would have happened yesterday, Kaz.
Yeah.
Okay, so today it'll run a course, it'll stay longer, it'll take longer to get through the oxidizing period. It'll go brown tomorrow morning. By the end of the day, you'll come back, your water will be clear, you'll have all the brown scum around the outskirts, quick water change, whack it with a PP treatment. And I'll tell you what would be interesting, mate. You can pull your fish out tomorrow and do a scrape, right? And see.
And I bet you there's no on.
Bet you.
Even floats.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it'll whack fluke if you do it well enough. I'm not going to say the dosage that I use. I don't know what Gaz has done, but you've got to increase the dosage. But not for people.
We will say for the. We won't say what, but we will say that it's more than what the recommended doses, and that's with advice from professionals. I won't even have attempted this 12 months ago. We're speaking with yourself and speaking with Ryan, and thank you very much, mate. I will say this much. It was really nice that both of you got in touch yesterday and said, how's it gone? Not as bad as what you thought it was going to be. Because it did put my mind at rest, knowing that I'd got either of you that I could contact, should anything have gone, pear-shaped or whatever. But honest to God, yesterday, mate, they breathed through it like it were nothing. ANC says no slime coat tomorrow anyway.
There will be a slime coat. There will be.
I thought it was supposed to reduce the slime coat, PP.
And yeah, if you've got excess mucus, you'll still get a slime coat on your fish, mate. It won't be dry. The only time you'll get a dry slime coat or lack of slime coat is through dehydration.
Yeah.
And fish do get dehydrated and live in the fucking water. I've never worked that one out, but yeah.
Jigs is saying there as well, I wouldn't feed for a few days after PP, give the filters a chance. Ooh. I didn't know PP did anything to your filters.
What PP? It'll knock you, it'll knock your filters back.
Oh, yeah. So well, to be fair, for what they've probably got, I'll just go down and get myself a bit of filter start and give that a kick start again and just drop a bit of that in. Get some of that blue liquid gel.
And that's the other thing on the back of the PP packs. It will tell you to bypass your filtration system, right? But you don't do that because you're still going to have, Aaron, you're still going to have potential nasties sitting in your filtration system. So you're actually not doing a problem. You're just moving it sideways.
You're only fight working your filters, so you not to clean all that out. There's no point. At a certain point.
Looking well, Aaron.
Thank you. You too, mate.
I don't know about he joins us live from Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah.
Come on, Aaron. You can tell everybody that your secret second game that you play is Minecraft.
It definitely is. Look how red he's gone.
I played
he's gone well red, mate.
Is that because the fire's on?
That's right off, mate. It's not.
What he's actually doing is checking out static caravans and mobile caravans because he doesn't know which one to go with. Now he's picking the ball up.
No, I've got a machine for pulling a Torah.
I've got a machine.
Don't get a static caravan. Too expensive. I've got one.
My mum and dad have had one, mate, since I were about 9-year-old. And over the years, we've been over there many times. And I remember the first time they let me go on my own. Like, right, sweet. So me and Marie and my mate and his girlfriend, we all went over to stop there, having a bit of a night out, like. And we decided the following day we'd had a few beers, so we'd have a little bit of a kickabout with a football. First touch at ball, man, the shoe comes straight through caravan window.
Done well.
Mum and Dad weren't happy at all.
I've just been to my weekend to open my caravan up at Middlethorpe, my caravan there. And because I didn't drain down properly last season, turn hot water back on, let it all run back through the system.
Best pipes.
Next morning, got up, water pissing out of boiler, brand new boiler put in last year.
You should have had some. What is it for in it, mate? They put antifreeze in them now, don't
No. I've got antifreezing radiators, the antifreezing system, but because it puts water through the system to run the for your taps, your shower, normal water, because it wasn't drained properly that way. It blew some seals inside the boiler. I'm hoping it seals. If not, it's going to cost another brand new boiler. So lesson learned. I need to drain it down properly. Go air into the system, get a water out of the system.
Jake says, what was I playing in steel tote? My trainer, mate, literally straight front window. Steel tote. Might as well have been.
He's got a point though. How hard do you have to flick a trainer to go through a caravan window?
You know those shoot fives are like a fucking balloon. When you kick one of them things, they just float off up in the air, don't they? So you give it a right good welly, don't you? So you can get some distance on it. And my shoe just went woof, straight through a window.
At caravan windows pair specs.
I know.
Not in posh caravans.
UPVC double glaze, mate, straight through a window. Made right. We're picking glass everywhere, through both panes.
I don't think I could kick a trainer. I don't think I could throw a trainer through a window.
Yeah. What are you doing? PK have with John Smith. Have it.
I did it. I give it a rake out. Stick to the crocs, girls. They should, mate. Yeah.
How's your pond
Should have
getting
put me go
on?
faster strap on, shouldn't I?
Well, it's starting to look clear again after I put Alprex in it a couple of weeks ago. I'd never put Alprex in water before, but it just looked like green.
Medication. It's a cracking medication. It stayed green forever, but it's a cracking medication.
Just one second before you go any further, guys. Terence, I don't mean to be rude, mate, but I will address this one first of all, right? This is not a channel for airing out your dirty laundry, and this isn't a channel for calling out other YouTubers or other companies or other businesses. If you have a grievance with the Balding Reefer, take it up with the Balding Reefer and leave it with the Balding Reefer. I don't want to...
We might want to delete that comment off, Gaz, to be fair.
It's gone.
Yeah, I'm not going to go down those lines, mate, because at the end of the day, he's never put out there bad about me, so I'm never going to be doing so.
Well, it's not for us to have an opinion on that anyway.
Yeah,
that's for private talk.
That's it. And that's private between you and Jack.
That's fair enough, is it? Acknowledge that. But Alpharex, did you say Alpharex that you put in?
Oh, right, so I made the first mistake of I didn't realise it was liquid to start with. So I rung my dad up because my kitchen scales had broke. Dad, bring your scales round. I need to get some of this treatment in. I found Costia. So he brought his scales round. Oh, it's a liquid. Go get the bucket out. What's underneath the Tempest? I put it in the bucket on the kitchen worktop. Found the bucket and a fucking crack in it, did it?
Oh, mate.
Honestly, it really don't come out, does it? It really don't come out, right? Stainless steel sink, green.
Oh, if you get it out,
hardwood block.
Sink, mate, that's a piece of cake.
Hardwood worktop, green.
That one's not. That's...
The gravel grey path that leads to the pond.
Green.
Yep.
And your water's green as well.
It's not bad now, but like, so because I lost that much, dripping everywhere, I had to remeasure it because I was concerned that that like we had puddles in the laminate and everywhere else in the house. That
Can I ask
the
why you're mixing it indoors? Why aren't you just doing it at the side of your pond?
Because I thought it was a powder. Right, I thought it was a powder.
Yeah,
so
I know
my old
why,
man
though,
bought
mate. That's because
scales
the
round.
other stuff is a powder, isn't it? The fluke
Lennox
is a powder.
Yeah.
Lennox is a powder, right? So last
Alprex
time I
is the
did
liquid,
Lennox, and my scales had broke, I'd asked my old man to bring his scales round. So when he did that, I was doing it in there because I was using his like house kitchen scales. And so I eventually put the Alprex into water to mix it so it won't go into the pond, and it just looked like what you would imagine if a ship crashed and it spilt its diesel. That's how it looked in the top of the water. Do you know when you're like, is it meant to look like
No, it's not
a whole cloud?
That. No,
it's not.
No.
Yeah, it went mixed up and it just went green, but it looked like an oil slick in the top of the.
What was in your bucket?
Water.
Just water. Is that
water.
all it's ever been used for?
All it's ever been used for. It was a brand new bucket. Is underneath the Tempest to the garden. That's it.
I've never experienced what resembles any oil slicking. I use it quite regularly in the shop.
Do you know when you tip it into water, it's like it don't just. It's like thick in the water, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it will.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As in, like.
Oh, okay. It didn't create a slick. And
no. Do you know like when
slick on the top? Oh, okay.
Do you know when you throw oil in water?
Yeah.
It does this mixing like you put PP in the water. It just turns clear. It just turns the full water a different colour, doesn't it? When it hangs, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a thick liquid, mate. So yeah, no, you're right. I thought you meant after you'd administered it, your water had gone green and there was an oil slick across the top.
No, I'm on about like like when you throw when Gaz put his PP in, it just made the whole water one colour. When this was like proper
dark patches.
Oh my god! And I'm stood and I'm looking and I'm obviously colourblind, and it's like
yeah, true that. Yeah, no, mate, no, it's a go-to treatment for me, mate. Like quite a lot of things, if I'm honest. It's a real good, powerful kick.
What are we doing here, Ted?
The only problem is in the shop. As soon as you put it in, because the dye in the water stays, it stays for a good week or so. Sometimes 2 to 3 weeks.
I think I put it in.
It is bigger, isn't it?
I put it in, and 3 weeks after, I ran some clear through it, and it was.
This one out there.
It was still in the water, real light tinge. It takes a long time to. I mean, you should never do 100% water changes. So when we're just doing the pod cleans and whatnot, we'll dump what we need to, and we'll do probably a 50% water change within a week, because obviously we're stocked. And that green, it dilutes out. It stays for such a long time.
So welcome to the GKP.
Yeah, I think I did a massive water change after like 8 days, and then after that now it's just been. I'm not that bothered about it being that colour. It's just been the water change has been.
It eventually clears out your system, mate.
It's looking better now.
One of the only treatments that hangs around forever, like the colour. It's only a dye, so it just hangs around forever for some reason. Where you put FMG in, that'll last in your water 24, 48 hours, and then it's gone. It don't. Alpha-X sits there forever.
Well, if it's as good as what everyone I've spoken to says it is, then happy days.
Yeah, even a 50% dose is good as well at times. Like if your fish are on a recovery basis for whatever it is that you're treating, they're still looking a little bit. 50% dose of that, it does nice and up. It's a real good chemical to use.
So now we're babysitting too.
Nice.
Multitasking. There's not a lady out there now that can't say gentlemen cannot multitask. At present, we are doing a live. We are PP in the pond, and I'm babysitting my grandson. No, we're not going catching fishes.
What's your name? What's your grandson's name?
What's his name?
Yeah.
Theodore.
Theodore.
Teddy for short.
Teddy.
It's cool.
That's the little fella, guys. Hello, mate. Say hello to Dino. Say hi, Dino. Oh, no.
I've gone shy.
Don't pull that because you'll be letting water out of the pond.
There's a question for you, Crafty. Can you use Alparex with salt? I use PP to 0.3. Alparex actually states online that it works better with salt.
Correct.
Because that was one of the debates that me and Gaz had
Yeah,
regarding...
You're right. What was it that it was, though? There's one that you can't use.
Formula.
Formalin.
Yeah.
Formalin. FMG, you can have a light dose of salt up to 0.3, but it's got to be lower than that. Otherwise, you're going to cause issues.
Gaz was going, "Oh no, you can't do that," and I was like,
"Yeah,
I just read it, mate."
You had me panicking for a minute. I was like, "God damn, no." Yeah,
and I was panicking because Gaz was panicking.
Yeah, but you know that's the thing, and you've done the right thing. You checked it up online, Mark. Like, as long as you're taking it from a professional source.
No, don't touch that.
Not just what someone thinks online.
I'll say it to be fair though. Like when I scraped, I sent I looked and then I got the wife to look. I worked at the vets using the microscope all the time. Is that what this is? Doesn't help me being half blind as well. Do you know what I mean? So looked, yeah, that's what you've got there. Then I rung my local koi shop where I could literally drive to and get treatment, and I said, I've got salt in the pond, don't worry about it, it's fine, we use it all the time. If someone's going to say that to me, I'm happy to go by that, because
that should be in my van, baby, right?
Is yeah, I mean, like when you're going through a QT and you hit a spot of sleeping.
Can I put this net back now?
Part of like the treatment is to crank your heat up, put a fixed value of salt in, get a 50% water change done, and then half dose with Alphax, and it really helps and get them through.
Bigger?
You know, even on
Got to keep us out of these fish head too. We got jobs to do, as well as this is your grandma making the
working aquatic tablets, Dino. They're all right. I personally wouldn't add it to ponds with fish in it. I'd use it for nothing more than just to clean ponds out after I've got new stock coming in. That's it. There's better things than Virkon out there, in my own opinion. Other people swear on it. I don't. I use it for a sterilisation after moving a whole tank of fish from one bay to another, or after I've sold out and I'm prepping for a new shipment to come in.
Isn't that what the sterilised net's with?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I'd seen.
I've seen people use Virkon in tablets for sort of trying to balance out bacteria. I personally have not done that. I've heard people do it. Would I risk it? Probably not. I'd rather stick with a more sort of known treatment such as CT, PP, or a detox to make it work.
You ready for going back in then?
Nice bit of pointing around your fire.
Bear in 1 second, he's going back in.
Well, what that was is, I've been doing the pointing, and I ended up with more on the floor and on my thumbs and on the trowels and on my clothes and everything. I mean, it looks good now, but
then Daz has come round and sorted it out for you.
No, it's done. It's not.
Oh, you actually done it.
Yeah.
I thought Daz was saying it because it was him.
No,
Because it's quite handy.
It's because they knows how. I'm just doing the other one in the other room at the moment as well. They know how. I must have used 4 times the amount of mix than what I needed, because for every 10 mil I put on the wall, 50 mil at the floor.
Yeah, it's an art.
It's not my day job, but patience.
It's learning school, isn't it? You learn. Every day is a school day, and you learn.
Terence, so a treatment for koi sleeping sickness is only one method that's used, and that's heat, salt to 0.6, get that going. As soon as the fish start looking a little bit more perky, you need to do real big water changes every single day because it really fucks them up. Right, so big water changes every day. Once they start looking perky, half a dose of Alfrex in there, keep the heat on, always keep the salt at 0.6 until they're fully recovered. That is the methodology that you need to use and go through. If you ain't got heat, good luck, because you're fighting an uphill battle, mate.
Sorry about that, folks, but
Right.
that little man comes first before everything.
Of course.
I'm going to hit the road because I've got an hour's.
You're going to drive home, yeah?
Yeah, that's all right. It's only an hour. You'll probably still be on anyway, knowing you.
Well, yeah, knowing me, I probably will be, and if not, I'll still be out here anyway, mate. So I'll speak
If
to you.
I am, I might even jump on.
All right, bud.
If my
Take it
missus
easy,
lets
safe
me.
journey, mate.
Crafty in the rendering.
Oh, fuck off, mate.
Well,
Ring
it
you.
came in right at the pinnacle point. I'm going, bang.
Yeah, no, just gets it in as I'm leaving. Coward. It's like that bloke that kicks you when you're already knocked out. And he comes running in, puts the boot in.
Hi there, Carlos. How you doing, mate? Hope you're good.
See you soon, everyone.
See you
See you in
later,
a bit,
pal.
bud. Thank you for joining us, Crafty. Just finished building my new pond. Done a few bits of filming. Gonna post the first video tomorrow. Hope you don't mind me mentioning. Not at all, mate. Not at all. Thanks in advance. Get it shared, mate.
Post it in Gaz's Facebook group.
Yeah,
We can all
post
have a
it in
look.
there. Share it on my Facebook group, mate. Let's get it out to a few more people for you.
So what temperature is that at now then, Gaz, in your pond?
In my pond,
Oh,
there's a bit of a story to that one.
is there?
11.3 at present, but I don't think it would have been at 11.3 if I hadn't left my little shed heater on and got the inside of the filter house to 48.9 degrees. So I may have found a way of heating his ponds for you, Daz.
Eat your filter out. Up.
Nice bit of pointing around the fireplace. He paid somebody to do that one. He didn't want another room, Daz.
Oh, how rude.
Jason Coy says, knock knock to all. The panel, pleasant surprise. Yeah, well, we're what we're doing, mate, is we're live PPing. There's a. I'll show you my pond of Bendigo. Because everything at the moment looks literally purple as hell. Don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do this live for, right? But there we go. Everything looks orange. In fact, what I will do is I will stick the outside shed light on, and I can keep a good eye on them as well. But yeah, live PP, everything ready, good to go, just in case. But we are. Let me switch the. There we go. A bit of extra light on the subject.
Is that a remote control, that, is it, Gaz?
It is, mate, yeah.
Very nice.
It's very pretty. It is pretty, well, to be fair, mate, the cheapest chips as well. You just put this little thing, that one there, it's a little thing from Everready. You just stick it in, and then you can have 10 of those devices and 10 switches on and off on remote, and they just tune in automatically. So there we go. We've got a live PP session going on. And mainly, really, the main reason for it doing it is just so I want all that lonely sitting out here on my own for 4 hours.
Don't blame you.
Treatment for koi sleeping sickness. There's only one treatment, mate, for koi sleeping sickness, and that is salt and heat.
That's the one. Salt and heat.
Salt and heat. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you've got to keep them at sort of like 24 degrees for X amount of time with a certain amount of salt, mate. I can't tell you any more than that.
Crafty's just covered that, Gaz.
Oh, you just covered it?
Yeah. I think we was down to the how's the rendering coming from from Dino. That's where I was up to in the comments.
Is that enough height to satisfy fishing, mate?
Keith from Koi Waterbound said, put Vercon in every week, Dino. Rest in peace, Keith. Yeah, rest in peace, Keith, but I'm not so sure that putting Vercon in every week. It's a water treatment, isn't it, Vercon? Anyway, it doesn't actually treat anything other than the water. It doesn't treat the fish. It just treats the water, doesn't it?
Yeah, it can help.
Pretty sure it does. Something like that.
No, Vercon, usually mainly for dipping your nets and stuff and cleaning.
And Mr. Tate says, crafty and rendering. LOL. Good evening, Alan. Hope you're well, mate. Mark Childs says, evening, everyone. How are you doing, Mark? Hope you're well, bud. Jigsy is telling me he's going
You've
to
got
do
someone in from
rendering.
Denmark here. Family carp fishing. Evening all. Martin from Denmark.
Good evening. Oh, just while there's a few more people on, because there's 76 watching now, if anybody has put in for the GKP 2K giveaway and you have a comment that says, nice try, try harder, as a reply from myself, check your spelling and make sure it is as it only needed to say GKP in capital letters space 2, as in the number 2, with a capital K. That's all that's required for an entry. I will be using a random comment picker, so all those that have put it in with a slight apostrophe between it, or we had the KGP, that one's obviously not going to be in. So anybody that might have, just double check your comments, guys, and make sure that you've got them and they do say GKP space 2K, and then everybody will get an entry, because I'll be using a random comment picker to pick them. But yeah, there we go. PP. I've got it done, Alan. Look at that. Sorted it, mate. Well, we're in the process of sorting it, but now I've got a pond full of Benny Boys. That's what it looks like. So long as it doesn't does it with this thing, man. I left this on. I left that tiny little heater on that Vicky got me for me Christmas present for keeping warm in shed, because I was sat out here for hours and I was cold yesterday, so I switched it on, and then I switched everything off. Obviously I didn't switch everything off because that was still on, and when I opened the door, it hit me like opening the oven door and blasted me in the face and nearly dried my eyeballs out.
Do you know if you had
48.9 degrees inside the filter shed.
If you had one of the Alexa plugs, like I keep saying, to turn the filter house off, it'd turn everything off that you don't use when you walk out.
Yeah, you're right, mate. But I'd still have to remember to say, Alexa, turn everything off, wouldn't I? That's the issue. I'm not remembering to
just tie it to your outside light.
I could
Put an
actually
extension lead on. Put extension lead on that, and anything that's non-important, then do that.
Switch it up.
Yeah, as in like phone chargers, stuff like that. So then when you know that you're in the house and you go, I've left all the stuff on in the filter house, it will be on that switch that you can.
Well, that's the thing, mate. I had no idea I'd left it off until I opened the door and got hit by a heat wave from inside shed. No, at least it shows one thing. The inside of my filter shed is extremely well insulated because it didn't leak any heat out of it.
Of course it is. It's full of Kingspan.
Yeah.
Family carp fishing is asking how many litres your pond is.
My pond litres is bang on 5,000, including filtration, mate.
And how many fish do you have in it?
I think I have 20. I think there's 25 in there. Now. Yeah, 25. There's 25 in there. Technically, there's 24 because I've just taken one out and put it in there. So, yeah, 24 now. But it was 25. It's probably way too many. Mr. Tate says, "That's Vince. That's a very pretty fish you moved over from the small pond into the main pond."
Oh dear.
Why would you get an insult for that one?
Yeah. Do you know what? It was just giving you praise underneath that. He's probably going to throw a brick at you now, isn't he? How many koi have I got? 9, I think.
German koi.
You what?
German koi.
German koi? No, ANC, you've asked how many koi I've got. Oh.
Oh my God. We'll fly by 2. Second one this evening.
9 with.
ANC says loads.
I've got about 28 in mine, I think. Roughly.
Yeah, a lot more confident now, Alan. Now I've actually got over the first shitting of my pants yesterday. I don't feel nowhere near as anxious as what I did. And I've gone with the treatment doses I were advised by Ryan. He told me what to use on this one. Crafty gave me the heads up for the first one. So we've increased today from yesterday. And we'll just say it's more than what we should be doing, but that's packet wise. We're going for a treatment. And we're going to make sure that this season we get it. Oh God, that's bright, isn't it? If I get that directly in your eyes, sorry guys. We're going to make sure that we can get rid of these floats at the start of season. I don't want to be going through that crap like I did last year. I must have spent 150 quid on float treatments last year and don't think I actually got rid of them. Pain it out.
That's why I'm eating it down so it stops all that way up and down swinging your temperatures.
Yeah.
So eating it helps. So last year after the winter treatments. Obviously, I had a new fish, so I washed them, keep eyeing them. Like I've got two, and I might have treatment eventually.
I'm in 5 minutes timeout. Gentlemen, I shall be back in 5 minutes.
It is 9 ANC. I've just I've whizzed through my koi control app.
How many have you got to come to the pond, though, Aaron?
2.
2.
There's 2 sat on 8.
Dino says I've got about 30. A man after my own heart, Dino. There's no point having a pond if you're not going to put fish in it. All these people that just put 4 or 5 in. So, yeah, plenty of room. If the fish have got room to move, you can keep adding them. I had 50 odd last year. Jesus Christ. I thought I had a lot.
God.
Carlos says I had 32 coins, 700 gallon pond, just gone into a 2,000 gallon pond. Twisted Koi says, which one, Alan? The pretty one, mate. Gordo 2.0 says, good evening, chaps and chapettes. Good evening, mate. Thanks for joining us.
See what Marik's put to Dino. Are they all like yellow?
They're all the best lemon arawakis in the world.
Crafty. N&D share.
No.
That's that depends on the purse strings, if I'm honest. There's space anywhere.
Alan says, wait till we give you Japanese levels. No, man, I don't think I don't think my double-eyed bastard Yorkshire koi could take Japanese levels. ANC says people have loads of koi in their ponds and I've only got 10. Must stop being a tight ass and buy some more then. Get it filled up. Plenty of room in there for more. Put some small ones in and watch them grow on a bit. And then when you've had enough of them, sell them on. Get some good ones and grow them on. And Alan says, Vince, actually all of them have potential.
Has Alan been hacked of all these compliments?
N&D, hang about, and you got an Crafty says, Aaron, N&D Shuro question.
The captain's in the room.
Chicken. Yes, that's a definite yes then.
Nicky Crafty wants to know if I can have N&D share when he's growing show.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all about the filter system and keeping looking after them. As long as you keep water clean and keep doing regular water changes and your filters up to keeping up to them, jobs are good in there.
Marky Harko's winning anyway, I've decided.
Everybody always says you can't have that many fish in your pond, but we all go to these, can I get that light out your eyes? We all go to these koi shops, and every one of the koi shops has 400 or 500 with the same sort of filtrations running off them, and they're in there for 12 months.
So look at Ricky at Koi Wholesale. I always stock eating in 12,000 gallon pond he does. He grows. He grows quite a few fish, doesn't he? Little grows there. And he's only got a small pond, small filters, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't want much more than what I've got now. I'm quite happy with the number I've got in my pond.
Well, it's working, mate, isn't it? As you've got them, you're getting growth. So what you want is to grow your fish and get bigger fish. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Family Carp Fishing says there must be a fluke pandemic, or is it like this every spring? I ask as I'm completely new to the hobby. Mate, to be fair, I think not so much as a pandemic, but I think a lot of people have struggled with flukes last season, and we've all probably gone through into the winter season and thinking we've cured them because it's got that cold that the flukes are no longer affecting them. And as its temperatures start to change again, the fluke and parasites become more active and your fish start looking like they're being irritated again. Hence the reason why everybody's now, as the season's just starting to kick off, it's just starting to warm up a bit, parasites become more active, and then next thing you know, your fish are flashing and you've got to start doing treatments. But a lot of people are going in straight in and hitting them hard to try and get rid of them for the beginning of the season, and then hopefully it's a clean season through from then on in. I'll tell you what though, I will say this much, and I don't know if it makes any difference, but I used to always keep my pond at 0.3 salinity by adding salt, and I used to keep it there all the time, and I never had any problems with parasites until I stopped using it and keeping it at 0.3. Might just be coincidence, but I'd never put in as many fish as what I have done either, so I suppose there's a little bit of that too.
You have to get close to mine, guys, one day. So when next time I'm at Wakefield, drop us a line and come across and look at my pond, mate.
Is that where you are, up a Wakefield area?
I am, mate, yeah.
My grandson shouting fruit cat flap at me.
In fact, I was over at League Koi yesterday. Popped in to go and see Chris there.
At Elite Koi?
Yes. Pick some more food up.
Yeah. What do you go for? Takazu, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gordo 2.0 says, would love to have a koi pond, but don't have the garden space to have the size of pond required, so settling on keeping comics. Yeah, mate, there's nothing wrong with Sarosa comics and the nice fish. And as they say, the Shabubkin is the pool man's koi. Not saying you're a pool man, not meaning it in that way, but that's a lot of people that can't keep bigger koi will keep Shabubkins instead, because they've still got a lot of colours and patterns to them. Yeah, I can't wait too. That's one fish I'm looking forward to getting, Dave. My pond is a sleeper, Bill, 7 foot by 3 foot by 2 foot deep. Mine's 17.5 foot by 6 foot by just shy of a metre deep.
7 3 by 2.
I mean, that way too. I mean, yours. If you think about it, ANC, I mean, you say you've not got a lot of fish, but you've got a lot of fish volume-wise, haven't you? Your fish are big, so if like me, my fish are all particularly smaller in comparison. I think my pond looks empty when they're all at one end. So I think if I ever do get any of them to start growing and get some decent size of them, then I will definitely be thinning the numbers out in here anyway, regardless. All the pond fillers will be going to my dad's, and then any others that are half decent, I might just give away to people if they're interested in them.
Yeah, 7B3 B2. You don't want to put koi in there. That's 1,189 litres.
I do notice a lot, guys. A lot of these brand new houses they're building, they're all got garden like postage stamps.
Right, I'll say this: there's some estates that I'll work on that are 1.2 million pound houses, mate. Yeah. And even my garden that I've got here is longer than their gardens. Bearing in mind theirs might be 3 times the width of mine, but yeah, even the big expensive houses don't have big gardens in them anymore. And anything from 350 to 750 is literally like an egg box. That's it. You could fit a garage in it and a small decking area. I mean, sorry, a large garden shed in it and a small decking area. You're done. There is maybe a 3 metre by 3 metre patch of grass.
Yeah. It's same near when I had a big house. Had a nice big long garden, massive garden. Someone bought it, knocked the house down, put 10 houses on it. And I just literally looking and think, I wouldn't have that given to me because the garden, they're knocked to them.
And most average new build houses and all, if you want your garden turfing, it's anything from 4 to 5 grand to have it turfed.
Fucking hell.
And that don't come free. That's optional and extra.
Yeah. I've been in that game turfing.
Jig says there's a guy going around by me with a long coat on, must have flu because he's flashing all the time.
What about one?
That's half. What my pond's half your garden, is it? Well, the thing is, mate, you can always go deeper to give you more volume.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chris. 79 watching, but only 39 likes. Please smash those likes, guys. At the end of the day, mate, it is what it is. It's appreciated if you do. If they do, they do. They don't, they don't. But at the end of the day, you guys are just keeping me company. So I appreciate that regardless. It'll be a long evening sat out here on my cod watching these fish staring into the darkness, which is the garden, as it's now turning now, something rotten. Now we've picked up the sake. Oh, you got the new sake carry. That's getting some big fish fed then. Life around the koi pond says, what salt meter would you recommend? Well, this is the thing, mate. The salt meters, the cheap ones don't work. And the other ones that do, and the ones that do work, they're about 100 odd quid or about 90 odd quid. But I wouldn't know brand-wise which one to recommend. My local koi place, with that close, I just should stick a water sample and get it tested. And they did it
Mine's about 35 quid. Well, same man, it's Grandpa's. And he's lent me 2. One of them does salt, TDS, a few other bits, all in like a cylinder. It's really good. It's not skipped a beat. We've tested it against a more expensive one, and it works an absolute treat. But it's in the shed. I said I'd send him a message tomorrow, and I'll send a picture of it.
Can you see the pond there?
Yeah.
Bear with me 2 minutes. I'm going to do a quick bathroom break. So over to you, Aaron, in the hot seat.
Thank you very much. So we have Mrs. G's happy with their pond. Happy wife, happy life. Tony Barker, ANC, do you still have the nano heat pump? Or have you gone with something bigger?
So what 2 new fish you getting then, Aaron, when they come in?
I've got a Ginrin Goshki from Aoki.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's quite a nice one, to be fair. That I'm quite pleased with it. The wife and Leo got me it for my 40th. It's one that I'd liked on a Facebook post, and I said, "Oh, it's really nice that," but it was out my price range. And then when we got on holiday, was on holiday for my birthday, I got passed a picture of it, and you know when you're just thinking, yeah, that's the one that I liked on Facebook, and Nikki had been and contacted them and got it put aside for me, and a Deutz Sankey that when I was doing the import a couple of weeks ago, went to help out, and that one's coming home as well. Yeah, Chris, I did. There's a reason that I ain't answered you live.
Motion at your floodlight cam.
Yeah, I just picked a couple of shows up last week from Wakefield, a couple of shows and a couple of stories, and they're not bad.
Was there the ones that I did the import with, them ones?
No, at Wakefield.
Yeah.
No, this from Wakefield. Yeah, George at Wakefield.
Yeah. I did I did all the. Yeah, I went and helped him with the import. It's about 9-10 o'clock on the night. All the boxes came in.
Yeah.
Hold them all, quarantined them all. What do you know where they're from? Are they the Hoshikin?
Hoshikin, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
They might be a good fish. They might grow. They might do well.
I believe. In fact, no. The Hiroi, weren't they? Hiroi show us.
The Hiroi. I can't remember the Hiroi.
Yeah, I think.
I think they might be the Hiroi. Yeah, I see you cracking with the fish. Seem all right.
There was, in all fairness, like it was the first import I've ever seen, and if you've only seen that, that's all you can go by, isn't it? When they're coming in from a plane. And George said to me that like these are the best. They've travelled the best he's ever seen them. So you're seeing the best. And to be fair, they looked like they hadn't even been in a bag in a box in a.
Yeah, that's when I first saw them. Looked quite decent.
They looked.
Even his little quarantine tank outside, he had some cracking little gym and showers in there. I saw one that I spotted when guys were there actually when I was there. And he had an actual gym and show. I went, oh, is that for sale? He went, nope, gone sold. I'm like, yeah.
My Goshki's in the main tank on the right there. Just.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
We might have spotted it because I think the guy the other week when guys were there, he picked it out. He went, oh, I like that. I'll take that. He goes, no, you want it sold. It's gone.
Probably there was when I went down, there was a guy asking if I would part with it.
We were looking at a few of them in there. There were some bloody nice ones in the smaller one as well. And everyone that both me and Lee were having a look at, every one of them was sold too.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Get a Goshki, I'd have to get a good, maybe a 30, 35, 40 cm one if I were going to get one. I'd never have any luck with them.
Aaron, you're looking outside his quarantine tank at George's. There's some nice lovely shows in there. They do a gym and shower in there. Every time he asks, oh, that's all right. So look at that. Nope, sold, gone.
Yeah.
Just for reference, Lee, it's Gin.
Gin, I said Gin,
Ginrin and Kinrin.
No, I said Gin. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, in all fairness, the only reason why I managed to select that one is because I was there on the night before they went live to anybody else's. So yeah. I got first dibs.
Well, average helping him out, unboxing and helping him, you get first dibs, don't you?
Yeah, but I do agree. Like them smaller Goshkis in that Aoki were very good considering
There's
the
some
price
very, very
that was
nice
asking
ones
them.
in there, mate, weren't there?
Yeah. Got Daz. How's the filter now, Aaron? Yeah, it's not leaking anymore, but I made a right mess. I've done so the last video I emptied the Nexus, I sieved out all the media, kept it in water with air on, and it was still leaking. The wife came out on Sunday and said, Aaron, your pond's quite low. And I went in there and it was like a river underneath the Nexus running down. So I decided, rather than doing it, I'm just going to drop the Nexus fast and lift it up so I can try and see where it's coming from. So I haven't got the water switched off on it for ages, so it doesn't dry out where the leak's coming from, so I can still try and find the wet patch. And I found that it was the nut inside of the Nexus that holds there's like a stainless steel cage to stop the K1 going out the drain. I needed to put a spanner on that and the underneath at the same time. So I ran in the garage to get a bigger spanner so I could have one on each side of it, and I heard the Nexus rolling sideways while it was full of media like a wagon wheel, and just started spitting K1 out when it was moving, like the worst thing I've ever seen. I ran in the house, Leo, I need an help off you. Like, start getting this K1 in a bucket now. 10-minute job turned into like 2 hours.
You're all sorts of now, late shorts.
Sorry. Dino, Lemon.
Yeah, I'll put my email.
Gwen Gamble's pond is 1,500 gallons. There's a 14-inch koi. Was thinking of getting another this year. I think you should bang in another 10.
It's good to see Budget Pond Keeper back. I know he's had to create a new channel, hasn't he? So
What? As in a
if you,
new
yeah, if you let me have a quick see if I can put a link
a
out
new
there.
YouTube channel?
Yeah, I think he's chatting his channel when his phone. He's had problems with his phone and his accounts and stuff.
Oh well, if it's only the case of you've lost your login details, you can contact YouTube and get all that back now.
You do want your email address and all that. You get
Yeah,
your
so all you need is your email address, and they'll resend you out your password and all that.
Your
Lot to get
stuff,
back
yeah.
in.
Because he started again. He's got 35 subscribers, but his last one had 735. So that's quite a lot to try and pull back, isn't it?
It is, yeah, hell of a lot.
It's very slow. My channel's slow, about 296. Very slow, you know what I mean? Building up, but
Oh yes, you did it. Oh no.
Um,
You had to change it. Yeah, but if you
Did you
could
not have
still trace that.
two-factor authentication, Chris? Because if you contact YouTube on Twitter, because I've had a problem this week, they will send you a link to ID yourself so they know it's you, and you don't have to go through the email. It can be through your mobile number that was equipped to the account. It might be worth reaching out to them on Twitter, because I know with me being under the 1,000, they wouldn't do a live chat with me. So if you reach on Twitter, if you get stuck, let me know. I can show you how I got in contact with you, and then they'll inbox you. They'll give you a link that you have to click on and put a few details in, and it just verifies that you are you. It's not. It doesn't ask you for email address and password. It asks for other bits that are associated with your account.
But he's not you, he's him.
No, but I'm saying he could do that.
I'm getting him in tonight, mate. No, did not back up anything. To be fair, it's a bit of a shit. Oh, I've got a coffee on the go. 1 sec, gentlemen. Coffee. The wife is. I'm walking across here. It's starting to piss it down now. I know, just to make the night perfect. Just as if my garden weren't wet enough as it is. Now rain's coming as well.
You haven't got that heater on, have you?
Did you that? You ain't got that heater on, have you? Bloody hell! That's just cost us half of this mum's salary. They always say something shit like that, don't you? Just when you make a mistake, you're never allowed to forget it, are you? You're always reminded of being a divvy.
You was the one who told the Gaz. You admitted to that.
But yeah, what a bit of a stupid thing to do. I mean, I'm lucky really that didn't burn freaking shed down. They come out and we'd just been the filter system running because water had been keeping it cool and stopping it from setting alight.
On an RCD in your house?
Yeah, no, it's on an
they
RCD. It's on an RCD in shed as well, mate. So they just tripped out there at shed first. But then I'd have been late up for work if it tripped power out to the house. Anyone's ponds above 8 degrees yet? Yes, mate. Yeah. Now then, I shall tell you why. As you just heard my wife there saying, you ain't got that heater on in shed, have you? Yesterday, my pond was at 9 degrees. And I came out PP treated, but I forgot. I put on this little heater here. I put this little heater on. That little thing. And when I came home this evening, obviously when I'd finished doing the treatment and everything, I switched everything off. Well, so I thought. But when I came back, opened up the shed, I was hit by a heat wave of 48.9 degrees. I'd left the heater on inside there all night long. But now my pond's at 11.6 degrees. I very much doubt it had anything to do with the heater light, but it definitely kept inside the shed warm.
What was my water? I mean, like that was it 13.2 today? Mine was at 12.7 on the top of the pond.
But if I would just like, as I was saying there, Irish Jody, if nothing else, I've found a way that we can get Daz's polytunnels warmer through the winter. We just buy 15 of them, because at the end of the day, it's his mum that pays for the electric bill. So we just buy 15 of them. We can wang them inside polytunnels, wang them inside sheds. We'll have them ponds up in temperature in no time. National Grid will get a power outage like when we do.
I tell you what, I've just had a video sent from Dina about a heavy Sankey. Oh my god! I can't even. I don't have the facility, Dino, to show it, but
yeah, there's only me that can do that, Dino. And this evening is live from the filter shed, not GKP Thursday Night Live. Feel free, mate, though, to bang it through to us on Thursday night, and I can get that whacked through and stuck out on there for.
Look at that! I don't know. Do phone to phone.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, honestly, for me, that's about 2.5 pixels by 2.5 pixels. I can't see. When you're doing this on your mobile phone,
I know.
Everything's tiny. It's miniature.
You're good on Adam, baby.
Where did you get him from, Dino?
We can run off one extension lead. Yeah, before we triple house out. Well, I will say this, guys. There's another reason. There is another reason why I've done this and gone live doing it. I know there are a lot of people out there that was just like me, that's petrified of using PP. And it is one of the most cheapest forms of treatment that you can use for working on with parasites. And if I can do it and go live and show it that it's not all that much to be fearful of, I'm hoping that might, I'm not telling everybody to go out there and start PPing the ponds because I've done it on a live. I'm saying it's just to make it a little bit. I was crapping myself about doing this yesterday. And this evening, I've not got a single qualm about doing it and have a go at it, and I know that I'm using more than what I should be. I know that I'm giving it a strong dose, or I know that my fish came through it yesterday with no problem at all. So today is a lot less of a fear factor to it. So don't be afraid of this real bad treatment. Potassium permanganate
That's the
isn't
one.
as bad or as scary as what we think at all. I mean, look, my fish are just swimming around, cruising about. They're not showing any sign of stress, any sign of bother at all. And we are now 2 hours in. Still purple.
It scares me. Anything that involves looking at colour.
It does me, Aaron. It does me as well. That's what I was worried about. But at the end of the day, mate, it doesn't really matter what the colour it is because you leave it in to run its course.
Yeah.
And if you're leaving it in to run its course, all you've got to be is vigilant and make sure that you're there and you've got everything prepared and everything ready for all eventualities. I've got a nose pipe ready. Not that I really could do a great deal with that because the pressure's not all that high. But I've got a ball ready in case one fish looks like it's starting to struggle. Net's there ready to go. I can get the fish out quick, get it in the bowl, get it in some fresh water. I've put it right outside of one of my air stones so I can whip that air stone out the main pond and whip it straight into the bowl. Should anything go wrong, I've got hydrogen peroxide on standby, mixed out, ready to go. And it's cheap as chips, hydrogen peroxide. So it's not like I'm wasting it, even if I don't use it. It's £7 for a bottle. And that bottle will be 20,000 litres. So I can treat my pond and neutralise my pond 4 times with it. For £7, there you go. Treat it with respect and it's easy to use, 100%, Alan. But I'm so glad that I've sat with the likes of Alan, Crafty, Ryan, and had this conversation after the lives to give me the confidence to be able to go out and do it. And I think there's too many people go around giving it the, oh, it's such a dangerous treatment. Oh, it's such a bad treatment. It's such a toxic this, it's such a that. It gives it far more fear factor than. I'm not saying it's a safe product, by no means. But I am saying this much. It's not as scary once you actually use it when you've had a go.
It was the comment that got me of if you've PP dipped.
Yeah, that's what did it to me, Aaron. 100%.
And I think that, like, when you weighed it out and showed us how much was on a teaspoon, and yeah. I'm not going to go into weights and figures, but I know how strong people have PP dipped before, and the size that in what was on a teaspoon in comparison to putting it in a vessel to do a PP dip in. I don't think I'll be as put off once I've seen that.
Yeah.
My God, that is an absolute banger for £15, Dino. It really is.
I can't believe that the levels which I've put in before when I've given a bath and done it for like 30-40 minutes, and the fish has never had a problem, never had a, and I've done 4 or 5 at a time and never had an issue, and then just tipped it out onto the lawn and put fish straight into the pond, and I was giving them way more of. Don't use it on your. No bad. Right, I'll explain it now you've brought it up. Bastard. PP is a treatment that used to be a medical treatment years and years ago. And I had a bout, and I'll tell you what, it does freaking work. I had a bout of athlete's foot. My feet were itching and driving me chuffing mad. So I got a lot of new socks and got some new work boots. And I said, I've seen some online where it says that you can treat athlete's foot with a PP bath. So I was stood in here one Sunday afternoon with all these lot while we were cleaning his filters and having a natter and a chat. And I was stood in a bowl of PP water. After about 30 minutes, I took my feet out and my feet were literally brown. It took me about 3 hours to screw it off my feet. Looked right, dickhead. I looked like I got a reverse suntan. Instead of having brown, white feet because I'd had my socks on and I got caught sun, it was opposite way around. My feet were brown, the rest of the body were bleach white.
Did it work though?
It did work, mate, yeah. It gone. Boom.
Oh, good then.
It went to 3. Never had, I think that's partly because it blasted half a ton of me chuffing feet off though, mate, to be fair. There you go, there's some random crap here, isn't it? Better than being like DT and being like a drumstick. Yeah, it was, mate. Jig says I'm going to put it in the bath for the missus. Saves a fortune on sunbeds. Save on fake tan as well, mate. You only need a couple of grams. Afternoon, mate, or evening, should I say. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, if anybody's wondering what we're actually doing, you're all keeping me company while I am PP treating my pond. And we're 2.25 hours in, just shy of. I hope you're good too, mate. Oh, Mike, talking of which, I couldn't resist yesterday because 4 hours is a long time to stand here. So I thought, sod it, I'm gonna have a sneaky look at my grow on Kahaku. Now, Mike, yours was very similar to mine, and we both picked him, and I was hoping that we were both going to get a break, which was going to turn into a 2-step. Mine's going, mate. Mine's getting a break. It's almost all the way through. I'm just wondering, what's yours like? How's it doing size-wise? Has it grown any much? Mine's done, what was it? 29 cm, and it was 32.
33.
So 33, so I've got 4 cm on mine. Not a lot, but
I'd like to see Mike's, to be fair, because it was good to be underneath the tent, watch you picking Mike's, knowing what he was after, seeing yours. So the 3 of them, it'd be good if he can get a picture to us at some point on how it's going.
Yeah, it would be sweet to see it.
Because in all fairness, the ones I have seen, the
mine will spit when I remove some scales. Mine's definitely going, mate. It definitely is.
It definitely is, yeah.
It mine had got, both of ours had got, it came over the top of the dorsal, didn't it? And then we had that little line that dipped in. Well, mine was about that much down into the body of where it dipped in. Well, now it's like this much down. And I can see where the Benny is fading back between the first stand and what I hope becomes the second. I'll tell you what I'll do. When I get home tomorrow, I shall stick it in bowl and I'll record it, mate, and I'll get it on and I'll send it over so you can see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, yours is going to do the same. But yeah, live PPing. That sounds wrong on so many levels. But I can't tell. It's definitely too dark to tell if that's going brown. It doesn't look like it is. It looks purple to me.
I don't think Mike's put his has grown though. I don't think mine's like excessively grown, but it's put a lot of body on. It looks.
Yeah,
it looks a bulkier fish than what it was. But
it's not got much.
Mine's getting measured on the last minute.
Not got much length to it, Aaron, but it's definitely put some decent body and some girth to it.
I don't know. I'm not getting it out for fun. I'll get it out when I really need to, at the very last possible second. I'll get a feeding tube on it that day.
Life Around the Toy Pond said, salt is ordered for the pond that'll be going in this weekend. How much are you putting in? I was gobsmacked. 11 kg for my old pond is what it used to be. 11 kg of salt to go to 0.3.
Yeah, mine was just under.
Hated shed. Piss off, cheating. Says I'm cheating now, Aaron.
If Gaz gets one place above me in this, right, I'm calling it out. He's had a day's eat.
That is, I tell you what though, I know we've all spoke about it before, and obviously, if I really could afford it, goddamn man, I would love to heat my pond now. I've seen what happens to a fish in a tank. Shit, man, that's unreal. In 4.5 months, from 7 cm to, well, last time I measured it, which was 2 or 3 weeks ago, 18 cm. That's nuts. That's some
Yeah, I
crazy
mean,
growth. That.
I don't know if it'll pick it up. I sent the guys.
Sure, I had a coffee.
This is one of.
Yeah, the
There you
vinegar.
go. I can see that on my
That's
PC.
got to be now. That's got to be at
Look.
19, 18, 19, pushing 20.
So this is one of Daz's fry that is in a fish tank at my dad's house, and that vinegar is absolutely sinking the food in. But it shows you on the heat because
Makes a massive difference, doesn't it?
Daz's event was at the beginning of winter, wasn't it? Let's face it. Summer had been and gone, and it was in the video. Everyone was in warm clothes, so they hadn't had a growing season. But most people have got them in fish tanks and got them growing. And I'd never seen how quick a small fry will thrive in 20 odd degree heat. And I ain't been to my dad's in a few weeks. They've been on holiday. We've been away for half term. And my word, when I went in and saw it, Leo sent me a video when he was there. And because he's real close to the tank, there's no scale. Like I sent a video yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, that looks all right. And then when I saw it today, that's why I had to stand back so you could see it against, like when it was swimming by the heater and stuff. You can see how big it is.
So would you say it's cruel to keep putting it in a fish tank long term then?
Probably, yeah. But I think the purpose of this was to. He's got 3 koi in that fish tank. That's it, nothing else. And it was to accelerate them enough to be in the pond for when the pond waters are warm enough.
Mine.
But if you think, let me see if I can find a picture.
Oh, your dad's. Sorry.
Yeah.
Same principle for me, mate. That's exactly what I've done it for, so that I can put them in and get them of a decent size.
Just what I'm saying is it possible to keep it long term, because just like my local Chinese all you can eat buffet they do, they've got a 12-foot tank in front of the doorway you walk in West Yorkshire, and they've got about a 30 centimetre koi now. I don't know if it's a Yambuka or a crashy koi, but it's been in there 2 or 3 years, and it's living happy and healthy.
Yeah,
it's quite a fair size. I think I always look when I think, damn, that crow keeping fish like that, and it should be in a pond, but it seems happy. Seems all right. It's swimming with a few goldfish, but just one big koi, and it's quite big. Healthy, eating.
See, I would agree. It's cruel to keep a fish in a tank if the fish had been taken out of an environment that was bigger and put into a tank. If the fish has come from a small environment and put into a small environment, it's not cruel because it doesn't go no different, does it?
Let's see.
That's its life, isn't it? That's what its life's been. So
it all boiled down to one got plenty of room to swim round, plenty of area to be in.
When you start getting to 30 cm, mate, then I don't really think they should be in a tank. But when you start getting, if you put them in there to get a bit of growth to them and a bit of size on them, and then put them out there, you'd imagine when they go into a pond, they're going to think, shit, man, what the hell's this? It was.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought, damn, it's cruel for that to be in there. I was coming to the missus, it's cruel that for being in there. Should be in a pond, but it's been in there quite a good bit, and it seems happy, feeding, and it's swimming around. It's not constricted.
I don't know if that'll do that perspective. So these are the average size of the koi that we got from Daz. So it was the width of a Chinese tray. So it was 1 spring roll wide.
The average size to all the fish was between 7 and 9 cm.
Right, so you can see that was like that, and now it's as big as that. Just for so they're doing really well. To be fair, everyone's that I've seen have
Everybody's has grown, even the ones been in the pond, haven't they?
Yeah. Even the ones. I mean, Chris's. How big's Chris's house? God, I might find that was in a pond.
That thing's grown in all directions. Width, depth, length. That's given Tony from Farmo quite a run for his money with that one.
Well, if it's got anything to grow, it will do, won't it?
What's this? Wickham Coy said, some of my goldfish pulled an April Fool prank on me, all laying on their side for some reason. Today, all fine. You'll probably find that might be a temperature drop, mate, because we've still, well, up here in Yorkshire anyway, we've been dropping to 0, 2 degrees, 3 degrees on an evening, and then getting back up to 14 and 15 degrees. Big swings in temperatures. Fish and goldfish don't tend to normally like it too much.
No.
So Dave's is saying there 14 to 15 cm now is Bendigo. So yours has doubled in size. That one now of mine, the lemon arawaki that I've got, I can put in one whole, you know, the frozen cubes of bloodworm.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll swallow it all.
No.
No messing. Nobody else gets a look in. It's straight up. As soon as it starts to defrost a little bit, sucks it straight in and it's gone. It was warm. It won't have been warm on an evening though, mate. It won't have been warm on a night time. Might have been warm when you got up in the morning, but you got to remember that your water drops off and drops in temperatures, and you can drop down 5 and 6, 8 degrees overnight.
It's been a weird one though, and it last few weeks because I've had days at work. You work outside where it's at 14 degrees in the middle of the daytime, but then on the night it's been down to 4.
Yeah,
that's around there.
Yeah.
Like today, 14, 15. Been working out outside all day, 14 to 15, and like obviously now it's dropping, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you now, when I got home, it was 16 degrees here. Sun's gone down about an hour ago, and now we're down to 14 degrees. So we've already dropped 2 degrees in an hour.
Yeah.
How long has the PP been in now, Alan? It has been in 2 hours and 15 minutes, or 17 minutes.
Still purple.
Still purple, yeah, and everybody's playing around in bubbles and swimming around into flow water just as normal.
Wanted 3 hours yesterday before it went.
They were 2.5 hours yesterday. It said. Why is that not charging up?
What did I just say with Cha-ching then?
No, my phone, sorry, my phone.
Right. I thought
No,
I thought Gaz had just got a sale on his on his shop. I thought someone had bought some sliders.
No, my bank account. Money's always going out, but never goes in.
70 degrees Fahrenheit. What's that in Celsius? 70 degrees.
I couldn't tell you.
1 minute, I'll tell you now.
Yeah, with your phone.
70 F to C. 21.
Then that's not a temperature issue.
No. 21 degrees, mate. You should be. You
I mean,
shouldn't be dropping low enough.
Could be affecting him in that way. Perhaps maybe do some scrapes, mate, and check see if there's any parasite issues.
What's your house, Gaz? Is it south facing your house?
My house, no, it's east facing. My garden's east facing.
I think my house is like north, but I've got solar panels on mine. It does help. You know what I mean? It can tend to be dear to buy, but you can buy from cheap enough. But like that, mine at minute, I'm on my house. It's free electric now because of my battery. So
There's a good idea. A glass. A glass of water. We'll see what colour it is.
Yes, you're right. It is a good idea. A glass of water.
We ain't got a glass. We ain't got a glass, and I'm not going in because our Ted will want to come out. But we have got a vessel.
That's all purple.
Oh, still purple. Still purple, which is good, which means, hey, look, that water don't feel nowhere near as cold as it did yesterday. 11.3, so the pond's dropped by 3.3 degrees as well.
Life from Koi Pond's put he's ordered a salt meter. As a gauge, mate, I did a test with a salt meter and with the Koi Control app. If you do know your literage, it was within like 0.1 of what Koi Control said.
I'm going to say you don't need if you've got no salt in there at all you need is your literage.
Yeah, you'll be.
And you can get it bang on.
It was so close when we did it, and we spent a long time diluting it to get it to the point where it was, and Koi Control was nigh on bang on of what the salt pen was. So if you know your literage, mate, you've got a starting block. At least when you get close, you can start measuring it. But I was nearly a full bag on mine this time. I bet I've got like that much of a sack left in the bottom.
Simon Shears is saying that. But if you let PP take its course, isn't it in the pond until it clears, mate? Yeah, I put it in yesterday at 1:30, and I've treated again today, and I started at just 6:30.
I've never PP'd a pond, but hearing people like Crafty and Ryan say when it's brown, it's better for Costia and Trick.
Yeah, Jamie, if you've not got none in your pond, mate, you won't need it for tomorrow to add it. There is a. In fact, if I find it when I get in, I'll send it you over. There is a salt chart. It's X amount of salt to X amount of litres to each point, whatever, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. I forget what it is. I used to know it off by heart, but I think it's X amount of kilograms to X amount of litres of water to give you up to your 0.3 per every 1,000 litres. If you could put in a salt chart or pond salting chart into Google, you'll find out exactly what it is, mate. And you don't need to be that precise because you can go up to 0.9 as a treatment dose. So even if you're over by, a tiniest little bit over 0.3, by the time you've done a couple of water changes, I've got 12,500 litres, and I've worked out to be 32 kg of salt. That sounds about. My pond I used to put 11 kg in 3,500 litre pond, mate. So 12.5, something like that. Can't remember exactly. But there's plenty of charts out there, mate, for you to work it out on. Forgetting things, Dave. Well, I've stopped using it, and I used to keep it in there all the time.
If in doubt, buy a salt meter.
Well, that would be the thing now, Lee. I'd have to do because
I've got
the place where I used to go. Or I used to go there weekly just for a nosy and have a look around the tropics, and I just used to take in a sample of water and they'd just test it for me.
Yeah, I've got a salt meter, but I don't use it. I don't put salt in pond.
I salted mine about 4 weeks ago because one of mine was.
If you hit 1%, everything's ghost. Fucking isn't it? I really didn't think this through. I should have got myself a chair to sit on my stomach.
Why don't I have the 4 pack cans left? Go.
No,
Don't do it.
it's what they buy, don't they?
And go.
If salting to 0.3, just bang it in. Exactly, mate. And 0.3 is just a tonic. That's all it is. Just a tonic. All it does is de-stress your fish. It aids a little bit with the osmosis system.
Up north, evening, I almost thought it was Thursday.
Evening sight. Almost thought it was Thursday then. I wish you were, mate. I do.
I don't know, I was Thursday, no work.
Just pee in the pond, mate. So I thought I'd go live and everybody could have a natter and have a chat and keep us company while I'm sat out in the garden for 4 hours keeping my eye on them. I periodically will come out and check though later on. They are all looking good though. I'm quite surprised. They're doing the same as what they did as yesterday when I treated. As it's getting to that 2 hour mark, they're becoming a lot more active. And they're twanging around pond a fair bit more now.
To be fair, those guys have been any problems, you'd have seen it by now.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. It's not so much as a problem in any way, shape or form. They seem to be quite relaxed.
Yeah.
See if you can see them. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but we'll try. They're all down here, moving around, moving about. Nobody's going nuts, nobody's coming up, nobody's doing out daft. They're just swimming up and down, doing full length. Big carcass there, which looks like a massive benny going down. Oh, bud. Does Sonny need a pee? Come on then, boy. Sonny. Come on. Good boy. Down you go. Go on. Apparently our Sonny needs a pee, so our Teddy's just told us. But yeah, you can't really see bugger all down there, can you? But everybody's pretty happy. Don't seem to be having any problems. I do think that's turning though. I do think that's going brown.
Life around the koi ponds put 0.3 is for bacterial issues, as we don't have problems with parasites. If it's bacterial issues, mate, you might want to go more than 0.3.
Yeah, definitely.
0.3 is definitely not for bacterial issues. 0.3 is one of the lowest levels that you can add. Anything less than 0.3, and it ain't going to do no. And you ain't going to clear any bacterial issues with salt regardless.
I think Chris Taylor put, had to neutralise mine, guys, after 4 hours as they were all struggling and it was so quite purple.
Well, I'm hoping, Chris, that I don't have to do the same, but as of yet, everybody just seems to be acting as normal. But it is getting a bit of a black, you can see all foamy, scummy marks around edge of pond now. Sorry, around edge of pond and surface of pond, so it's frothing up a little bit. I'll just let this dog back in. Marie! You do it, dog. Come on, bud. Sorry, just have it dug out. You can't treat for a bacterial issue, mate, with salt. You might be able to give a salt bath, to help aid treatments, as in a tonic bath or that kind of thing. But you ain't going to treat a bacterial issue with salt. Yeah, just what you were told in the Koi forum, mate. Well, there's the likes of Mr. Tate in here. If I'm wrong or I'm saying something wrong, I'm pretty sure he would have put in the comments there and corrected me should I have a done.
We've got A and C saying, so come on, what food are you all feeding this season?
A and C, I'm going to be feeding this till I get through that one, and that shite there is never getting fed again. That's going to bin. And then mealworm treats. But once I got through to them 3 tubs, I'm going, I'm going to have to make my mind up what I'm actually going to feed.
No, funny food, isn't it? But like I said, I like sake, but it's goddamn expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're feeding Takazumi at £10 a kilo. And at the shows, you can get sake at £10 a kilo.
Yeah.
Right, because Takazumi comes in a 10 kg bag at between 90 and 100 quid, so you're talking 10 quid a kilo there. And at the shows, sake balance is 150 quid on pallets for 15 kg.
I think mine might be going for the old Takazumi. I think I might go with that and give that a go. You had some good results on it, Aaron, and
it's tried and tested.
It certainly worked and did the job, and it's more within my price budget. I can't afford to be feeding Sakai Akara. Plus, you don't get warm enough in Yorkshire to do it. So.
But feeding Just Balance Gaz will be the same price as Takazumi.
Yeah, I suppose there's a bit of that.
Although there's initial outlay, there's a 50 quid more initial outlay. Your price per kilo is the same. Good night, dude.
Our biggest problem is if we wanted to buy bulk Sakai Akara, we ain't got a big enough group of people to buy it that live local enough to each other to make it beneficial to get a real cost saving of it.
That's my problem at the moment. There's no one around me close enough where I can say let's all get this many bags. That's why I've been looking at a lot of options and watching a lot of YouTube videos and etc. to see where I'm at with it. I'm not ruling FD out yet. I've watched a lot of videos on that, but if I could get into a buying group for sake, I would do. If there was a lot of people out there that was chipping in to get it at the right price, it's not even the right price, like the show price is what I've seen it at, I'd be happy with that.
Si, which one are you going to go with then with the FD?
Yeah, go on.
Because we were talking about this, Aaron, weren't we, today?
Yeah. FD, are you going with FD build up, FD colour up, or Primo? Which one are you going for? I know that they have an FD Dainichi build up. Yeah, that's seems to be. I was listening to the.
Is the build up one like you were saying, Aaron? Is that the not too higher protein, or is that the big protein one? Like the Sakai Akari growth.
Right, price of FD compared to sake. That depends on. Are we talking RRP or what you can get sake at? Because obviously I know how much people are paying when they're buying as a group. I can get FD at a better price than sake buying it on my own. But if you're buying sake as a group, then you can probably get it cheaper buying it that way. Yep. Well, Simon Shears puts, well, Dainichi feed sake 100%. There's an interview from 3 months ago with the head guy at Dainichi, and he says that all his brown bags that you see are actually FD because they've got their own Dainichi lineage out. If you go on FD's website, it's called FD Dainichi. They get it sent in brown bags to sake, and their top dude is on there speaking about how they go through 50 ton of FD a year.
I know that one.
So I don't know if they say they do that. It must have been. I've sent the video actually to ANC today to see what they think of it, because I know they use sake, but I know obviously there's the guy from Danichi is stood speaking about how good FD is and why they've chose FD to bring out their own lineage of food.
That's it.
How much-
End of the day, if you try something different and you give it a go and you get better results on it, you don't know, do you, till you have actually use it yourself and have a go, see what it does. If you get the same results and it saves you a little bit, then happy days.
How much is Si paying for that? I'd be interested to know that. What are you comparing it to price wise, Si, for your 15 kg build up?
There's the other thing that we were talking about as well, Aaron, with the FD. The FD use no preservatives, so the food doesn't keep for as long as what it would do with lights of Sakai Akari, which does use preservatives.
Do you know what? I haven't looked, although the guy from FD and Danichi was speaking about that. I haven't actually seen a bag that's got a date on it to see.
Have you
how
found my
much.
chocolate Wonka bar?
Yeah.
You want a piece?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Was they listening to you in there?
Ooh.
Go. Ask Grandma to open it for you. You can have some. I could hear him.
Oh, I didn't think you could.
I could hear. I wonder why I could hear it. It must have been coming through on him.
Probably could hear you.
You have some of that chocolate then, Ted. He's just found my massive chocolate bar. That's it. Damn it. Now he knows where my secret stash is. That's my biscuits, my Haribo's, and now my chocolate bars. He knows where they are.
So how much is
that? You never get to milk yourself ever again.
How much is Saki carry growth now per bag? You know, bigger bags.
190 quid in it.
Yeah, I think it's touching 220. I think.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think it was 220, but I think Koi Master Barney said he can do bags at 200 quid. He said to me.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, I've got some photographs of the show prices. I'm pretty certain it was like 145 for balance and about 180, 190 at the shows, and there must have been a good price then, because there was stacked up to the ceiling in Newark, and within the first hour there was all gone. There was flying out.
As Chris Taylor said there earlier on, if I was feeding Sakai Akari, I'd be living in a tent. I think I'd be joining you, mate, if I were doing the same thing. Or either fish would be eating and I wouldn't be. Because our lass would be turning around and saying, if you're spending that money on fish food, then you're going without.
Gazzy's feeding dairy milk, apparently.
I have lost my sweetie stash. That's it. Now, honestly, he now knows what do they call those biscuits? Come on, Aaron. What are they? What's my favourite biscuits? Those ones that you get with your coffee.
Oh, Lotus.
Yeah, Lotus biscuits. They're probably one of my favourite biscuits. And I have a little tin that I have them in. He's found that, so every time he comes up, he has an handful of them. I have a tin that's full of Haribo's Golden Bears. And every time he comes up, he has an handful of them. And now he's just found where I stash my chocolate bars. So that's me bang out of luck now when it comes to any more treats for inside the conservatory when I'm sat there gaming and watching a bit of something. Swell do Sakai balance at £179 for a 15 kg.
No idea, mate.
Yeah, that's not the best price. That's if you went to, I thought a bag of Saki Colour was $2.99 minus the discount at a local dealer.
Listen to that there. In Denmark, family carp fishing can buy 30 kg of Takazumi for the same price as a 15 kg bag of balance.
Wow.
Yeah. That's double the amount of food.
So what are they getting? They're getting 10 kgs at €50, are they? Or is balance really expensive over there? I don't know which way he's trying to.
Is that
Right.
Swell UK, Jigs? Mike W says, I do scouse what? Oh, damn. I do
Scouse the carry.
the carry for 50 quid for a 15 kg. It comes in a black, it comes in a white sealed plastic bag that you wrote Sakai on yourself.
No.
What's that? I live in Bloomington, Indiana, USA, and a £33 bag cost 332. What's £33 in kg? £33 in kg.
Get it up.
Yeah, that's our price. That's our.
Oh, Jesus, listen to this. I hope I'm saying this right. Husakoi. I live in Bloomington, Indiana, USA, and a £33 bag costs $332.
That's about right though. £33, 15 kg. $332. $332 to pounds is 263. So.
Yeah, I knew that Swell UK did the price match. If you find it cheaper anywhere, they'll match it. Match with anything, dry goods.
I think for me, if I've got enough, enough Takazumi to whip me to the fair show, because I've still got quite a bit left, to be fair, I'll be holding on to my money and make my decision at the fair show.
What are you thinking of feeding, FD or Sake?
I don't know. I ain't fully made my mind up yet. I've spoke to quite a few people today. So I've had a chat
I
with
think
Gaz.
you're all overthinking it way too much. Just buy the bag, stick it in your boat, chuck it in your pond, see what happens.
Send it.
Send it full tilt. Have that feeder. Get it banged out. 8 feeds a day.
For me, it seems because I don't have a. If I had, I know ANC. I've got quite a few people around them that feed sake, and they can buy it in a buying group and get a good price. Right? If I could do that round here, I'd have sake.
Whereabouts are you, mate? On my side.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not sure. I was going to say, if you live close to me, could buy a bag of split it with you.
It's so I'd probably want to buy. Was going halves to somebody, you'd probably want to buy a bag of balance each and then go halves on a bag of growth. And that's because I'm unheated. So for how often you'd use growth in a year, because how often is your pond going to growth temperatures unheated?
See, I'm heated, so I'll be on growth and colour when summer comes. You know what I mean? Because all the reason I can afford to because I've got solar panels. They didn't have solar panels, I won't have it.
As Aaron was saying earlier on with that video that we were talking about, where they were talking about the FD foods, their advice was when it came to feeding colour, is to only to feed colour for a month out of the season.
Yeah, that was
and not to be feeding it continuous.
That was coming from. That was on that interview with the guy from. Is it? I don't even know if I'll be able to pronounce his name.
Mate.
I'll tell you. I'll see if I can. This will be a laugh, won't it? To see if I can actually pronounce it.
And there you go. I'll agree with that one, Chris. Yeah, Ricky Stoddart did say if Sakai wasn't available tomorrow, he would go straight back to Takazumi. He did, mate. 10 kg of Takazumi costs DKK 799, and a 15 kg comes with the balance cost of 2,095 DKK.
Hey, what's this?
I don't think these evenings to do this kind of thing, man. I'm sat
Yeah,
out here in garden doing a live in chuffing rain.
I think all boils down.
Plugged into a socket.
I think a lot
charging
boils
my phone
down.
up.
A lot it boils down to buy what they can afford and what works on your pond, because every pond's different. And what works this last season for your pond, do the same again. If it's working a treat, then the fish are growing, fish are happy. That's
Ings
it.
Aquatics, Aaron, Sakai Akari is £53 for 2 kg. But if you work that out to get it up to the 15 kg, you paid way over the top for it.
Ings Aquatics. Who's putting this? Because I've gone off the comments now.
Life around the koi pond.
Oh, right. So,
Aquatics,
yeah,
Aaron,
he's on about
Sakai
Ings Lane
Akari
Garden
is
Centre.
53 quid for 2 kg. But if you buy 15 kgs worth in 2k bags, you've paid way more than what you would have done. There's no sense in buying a small bag, unless obviously you can't financially afford the big layout. But it's better to save and buy
But
it.
if you think though, at 53 quid, right? Let's say that you saved that 3 times and went to a
Exactly.
koi show.
Yeah, you've got a full 15 kg sack of it for half the price of what you would have laid out if you carried on buying it in the 2 kg bags.
This is the only reason why I was looking at an alternative, because I did well on Takazumi, but with it only coming in a 10 kg bag, and then I'm looking, well, at £150 a bag and a half, I can get what people are considering the best on the market for that.
And that one there you go. That's the one. Up North Koi Pond said the only thing you have to bear in mind with Sakai growth is if you want it to be above 20 degrees to get the most out of it. Most people that are unheated can't consistently, so it makes growth pointless.
And that's the whole
That's the
reason
thing,
why I
yeah.
said I'd want to go in a buying thing, because I wouldn't want a full bag of sake growth. I'd want to buy a bag of sake balance and then split the growth so I can. I've got a little.
You did, mate. You're right.
Yeah. I've got a little heater, so it should be okay just to get in. I've got 27.5 kilos of growth. Wow.
ANC says I've got a little heater, so it should be okay just to have it to get in the quick. And I've got 27.5 kg of growth. Get it on. Get it in.
It's £53 for 2 kg. Is that 2 kg?
I think it's 80 odd quid for 80, 90 quid for 5 kg. So it's about right, 50 odd 53 quid.
Yeah, well, it's 39.99 at Swell. So, but this was the shop that I was on about today to you and Vicky about. Is convenient that it's local if you ever have a slide valve or something like that break, but it is costly if you want something like that. It just shows you it's 20 quid more than everywhere else.
Yeah. Sweet Acre says there, at the end of the day, price doesn't necessarily mean quality. The best can only be determined by the ingredients and percentage of those ingredients.
And that's the reason why I chose Takazumi, based on that comment there, because when I was looking at everything else, Takazumi was fish meal when a lot of the other stuff wasn't. So that is why I went from the Japan mix.
A lot.
How
Aaron
much?
Mooney says, how much sake will Rick need at New Forest? Well, from what I've seen, mate, when I've been down there and I've watched Rick go around feeding, let's just say he doesn't feed light. He wangs it in, mate. So if he's doing a comparison between what he uses and the Megamunda mix with his own brand of food that they use, and then going as a comparison with Sakai growth, yeah, it's not going to be a cheap experiment he's doing, that is for sure. But we can always ask him come Thursday night how much he reckons he's going to need. But the last time I was down there at New Forest, mate, he got 4 pallets full of food, and he told us. I'm sure he said that was 1 or 2 months worth, something like that, and it was a hell of a lot of food, man. Even Vince has put that on one of his videos as well before in the past.
Is these nano heaters that they keep commenting about? Are they them inline ones? Are they like a unit like that that's inline?
I don't know 100%, mate, but that's the only one that I know that would be a nano small heater. But some of them, man, they use some serious kilowatts.
It's like on a kettle, isn't it?
Well, I know Mike used to have one on his pond, and when he got his electric bill at end of quarter, mate, it was like 3 times his normal bill. And it was like, at that point, they were switched off and launched.
They're effectively like, they're like 3 kilowatt, the same as an hot tub. I think they are, aren't they? If ANC or, I think they go from 1 to 3 kilowatt. What they do? Oh, it's an air source heat pump. Oh well, that's a proper piece of kit then, isn't it? It's not. It's not one of the ones that the nano ones that I was thinking of when you've seen people. I think oh, his name slipped my mind now.
Is it one of those penguin air source heat pumps, ANC?
Nano air source heat pump, 500 watt, gives 3 kilowatt. All right, that's good.
Convert to 45 kilowatts, yeah.
500
watt gives 3 kilowatt. They're great out the air source heat pumps.
I think the nano one's like a small one, aren't like a small cube. I have seen them.
ANC, do a shot on your heat pump at some point so I can have a look. Interesting stuff like that.
I'd love to turn it on. It's just not man enough in this weather of 3 kilowatt. So you need the optimum temperature to be warm
outside
before you can, because it gets down between a certain temp and then they struggle.
Because I have got solar panels, so I'd love a small air source heat pump. If I know.
They're
wicked, them, aren't they?
What price talk of an air source heat pump then? Because I got mine over here where it was brand new, but it was second hand. A guy bought it brand new, but never used it. He had 2, one for his house, one for a shop or somewhere where he used it. Anyway, I paid only £1,000 for this air source heat pump. I think it was 9 kilowatt or 12 kilowatt I paid for a grand, and at quarter price what they are brand new to buy from shop.
I knew there was a reason when I was at school. My teacher said, if you don't knuckle down, lad, you'll never amount to naught, because there's no way on this earth I could feed Sakai Akari and have an air source heat pump running on my pond. I couldn't. I'm honest to God, this is no word of a lie. I am struggling financially at the moment, so I very much doubt I will be changing to anything in a greater scheme price bracket like that at all. I'm just lucky that I have supporters like yourselves that help me and watch my channel, and I make a little bit from the ad revenue to keep the pond open, because if shit starts getting any worse than what it is,
that's what we're here for.
I'm going to be able to start making some different choices. I don't know if anybody else is working in building trade, but if you work in building trade like I have done, or I do, you will see right now that the work is dropping off rapid.
Yeah, well, I work in building trade in daytime as well, and I've seen a lot of people who are on the building site, so coming off the building side and doing private work because the work's drying up.
Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of sites capping off. There's a lot of sites put on hold. There's a lot of sites, work slowed up.
It's hard, isn't it?
Well, I can say this much: my salary is almost half.
Not good though, is it?
It isn't, mate. Not shit.
But I noticed with me and my mate who do a lot of building work, and a lot of people are spending money because people aren't getting the money. You know, so things done building.
Get me one.
So like I said, price having an extension built now is just stupid, isn't it? To have anything built on your house, to have anything done, it's just so stupid. So people aren't having work on.
Well, I'll give you an example, right? You rock back, what, maybe 8 years ago.
Yeah.
New PVC windows throughout your house. Your average house would cost 2.5 grand, 3 grand max. Now that'd be not including, patio doors, but for UPVC windows throughout, and perhaps maybe a new front door and frame. 2.5, 3 grand. Present date now, you'll be talking anything from 7.5 to 8 grand.
I tell you what, lot kills it. Building regs. Well, the amount of hoops you got to jump through to building regs. It's like I just built a shop down in town with my mate, put an extension on back. I was having this this shop wanted 2 floors separated, and the building regs come back. You've got to put a disabled lift in because you're having a separate upstairs. I said, why? Well, what disabled guy wants to go upstairs? He goes, not many people around here are going to want to come upstairs and disabled. So he's telling me I've got to spend extra. Why is that to put a lift in case some disabled guy comes in, wants to go upstairs, or look upstairs? Just things like that. So he ended up making it to one big shop, and he lost way more money because he had to put a frigging lift in because of building regs. It's just so damn stupid, you know what I mean?
I certainly notice a different people saying I can't heat my house, right? And yeah, I can understand that because if I was to use gas, but I'm talking about using my solar panels in summer. When summer is, and it is summer, I notice I can have my pond on full whack, all pumps, the full lot, and my bill doesn't change at all. The solar panels absolutely really take over in summer. In winter, I couldn't do that. They don't make enough in winter to heat my pond. Nowhere near.
Mine say winter, mine are crap in winter, but in summer, solar panels are brilliant.
Depends how old your panels are, though, mate. Now the modern day new panels are way more efficient than what some of that was from 10, 15 years ago, for example.
See, my panels are about 3-4 years old, and but winter.
Well, even in 3 or 4 years, mate, there's been a dramatic increase in turnover that they produce.
Oh yeah. It's like have a winter. It's like I've got a battery on mine, 4.5 kilowatt, and basically winter that hardly gets of a charge of a 10%. It's like
my son-in-law's just become a qualified installer of them now, and he was telling me the other day that your average new set of solar panels now that you will put on will pay for themselves in about 2.5 to 3 years.
Yeah.
If you'd have asked me,
generation, you'd be looking at 15 years before they paid themselves off.
Man, I think I just asked Nikki. She couldn't remember how old ours are. But if you'd have asked me 2 years after I purchased them, I would have said that they weren't worth the money that I paid. I was quite disappointed until the energy prices started going up, and then you see more of a like, thank God I bought these, right?
Yeah,
and I bought them, and they was already paid off by the time that the price started going up. So when everyone's bills started hiking up, but my summer bill was like still 30 quid a month. At that point, I was like, thank God I invested in this.
No, it's the same because when I first installed mine, I got told, "Oh, you'll make this much money back off it. You'll save loads. You put it back into the grid, you'll make more off the grid." And it was a load of bollocks. You know what I mean? When it sold me, but now I've noticed the difference. It is helping. It's a lot better. You know what I mean? It's sending hell out when summer comes, the weather and solar. Really, it's like today. I've had a full battery, 100%. And I've still got battery now, still out running the house off battery at the minute. And I still heated the pond at 14 degrees. So it is working.
There you go, much more efficient now, the new ones, 100%, mate. I was only talking to my son-in-law about it, and I was asking him how much you reckon it would cost to cover my filter shed roof, for example, in solar panels, so that I'd have enough to be able to run my pond. And he said, the solar panels and everything ain't the expense at all. you could do that for probably less than £1,000. It's the battery bank system that's the expensive bit, so you can store it for using it. Those batteries are about a grand and a half.
Yeah, they are not.
Per battery, which is where the expense comes in.
You see, I ain't got a battery on, man. But I'm on the original feed-in tariff, so everything.
That's different though, ANC, because if Marek had his fitted 15 years ago, he will be sat and sitting on that nice tariff that they give back to everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Which was a higher price rate than what they're giving to anybody now when you've got your excess that you kick over back to grid.
So I guarantee you now that even if I produce half the kilowatts as what somebody that gets them now, I will still get paid more than them because I get paid for every unit I generate, even if I use it, because I'm on the feed-in tariff for it. When people now only get paid for exporting it, so if they use their own or the battery it, they don't get paid for that. When I get paid for both, so like probably Marek's he's probably on the same tariff as what I am. That if you generate it, it was the government's green eco thing where they wanted everyone to have it, and they was really pushing the price, and that price was guaranteed for 20 years. So
I know my mum and dad have had theirs, Aaron, for about 10, maybe 12 years now.
yeah,
And I know for a fact they haven't paid a single electric bill since they've had them. Nothing.
Yeah.
And they've even got cash back from the grid.
yeah, we get
out check to them, or paid out to them into the bank account.
so we get about 150 quid a quarter in winter and like 200 and some in summer. We get the electricity, like, and when I say like our bill a month, it was like 30 quid. That was for gas and electric.
See, a friend of mine's got something. He's on the old tariff. He's got the old meter, and when it's summer, you see me to go round backwards. And
Yeah, mine is. I'm on the mechanical meter.
When
when
goes
they
round backwards, doesn't it?
when they came, they told me not to change it to a smart meter. Nicky keeps getting emails about it, and the guy said, "If I was you, mate, do not get this changed."
Simon Shears, conspiracy
Like,
theorist, says
he's on the old meter, and he got a check back for like 1,500 quid last year, off from back from grid. And I thought, bloody hell, you get a lot more out than you get.
You've got grid. You see, I don't understand what he's saying.
No, okay, my own.
It'll be a conspiracy to follow it. You wait, just got to give him a chance for him to type it in.
You say you've got solar, you've got grid, has it?
Take me, I'm paying 100 a month just an electric, mate. I'm paying more than that. I'm paying. I'll tell you what they did want from. They wanted 350 quid. So 175 for both gas and electric off of me last time. I told them bollocks, you're only having 250 and split that down middle. You get 125 each and that's it. And then ended up getting me arse spanked with a massive bill. And then they give me about 800 quid back, bastards.
Yeah, that's. I hate having a smart meter. Is put. I'd be running around going
450 in the winter and 600 in the summer.
a month.
Is that a month?
Saying that though.
Is that the wrong way around? You pay more in the summer than what you are, yeah, because the aircon to keep cool, I would imagine, yeah. 250 per month. That's what we went for an all, Chris.
Saying that though, Chris from Sweet Acre, shed is bigger than my house.
Yeah, true. I can put my house, my garden, and my neighbours into Chris's. The foot plan of your properties that you have over there, man. It's like, I'm just going to pop and see my neighbour. Just jump in the truck. 30-mile drive. Howdy, neighbour. And then mine's literally a stone throw away, and they're probably sat in their house thinking, what is that knobhead doing out there?
How's the fish guards go to 3 hour mark? Are they all right?
We're at 3 hour now. Yep, rate as rain, look. No problems at all, but I definitely think it's changed colour now.
Or can you do a tub test?
The deal. Swimming around, cruising about.
It looks more mucky that now.
Yeah, it does. Let's do a tub test. Let's see if it's. I don't reckon that's purple anymore.
I reckon it's more like a brown now, isn't it? Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Brown.
We've got the brown stuff, but it's spent. But this is the bit now. If it's gone brown, this is the bit that's supposed to spank their asses a bit. Have we got anything else? Oh, low battery. 30% remaining.
I think it's fair to say you're safe to leave them there, guys, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't think we're going to have any more trouble now. I don't think we're going to have any problems. They're actually sucking outside at ponds.
That's blanket weed, isn't it? They're sucking on.
Looking for a little bit of food over there then. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's it, mate. At the end of the day, they're all, listen to them, they're all, this is the one. This one's a fruitcake, man. This one's not right in head. Now Brandon's that's a cowbacker, but that's the one I do believe has got the gill flukes. Worst out of the lot in there. I'll tell you what though, now, as we were saying earlier on, it's colder. 15 degrees now. What's it in pond? 11.3 still, so it hasn't dropped any more in pond. Tell you what, I do like that, my new little red kajaku from New Forest Koi. Well nice is that fish. Oh, and there, playing in bubbles. I don't know if you can see that. Let's spin this round.
Mike said whack the heater back on overnight.
Michael, you watch me. When I get in there, I'm definitely getting my arse handed to me for doing that one. You were being polite because we're on camera. She's going to kick me butt and say,
Yeah.
Chopping fork you on that, you dickhead. What the? I'm not doing that again, mate. I swear to God, man, it nearly melted my eyebrows off my head. Open door and he just went, oh, straight out. You know, like when you open oven door and if anybody that wears a chain, when you open oven door and it touches your chain and you feel it burn your chest, it was like that kind of heat that came out. Like, oh, where's that coming from? You did it for 3 months. So what's next, guys? No, I'm not doing any more scrapes. I'm just going to go straight in with this next. This is the next thing that we will be doing. Tomorrow evening when I get back home, I will be dropping 900 litres to 1,000 litres out of the pond, doing a good water change, and then we're going in with Kisuri fluke pea, which contains Braziquantel treatment for eradicating body flukes, gill flukes, tapeworms for cold water and ornamental fish. And this stuff is brilliant.
Ian, so he's asking me how much food I'm throwing in a day in summer.
6 pellets in the morning, 14 on an evening. He's only got 9 fish. They think I'm joking. They think I'm joking, Aaron. What you said to us the other day, I just gave them a little bit of a feed this morning before I went in. There must have been like 12 pellets went on top.
Yeah, that's in winter at the moment. So what I went by last year is I went by the Koi Control app, but I was 20% more than what that said, and I had good growth on that, but I split that over lots of feeds in the day, as many as I could squeeze in. I think I can't remember if I was at 6 or 8 feeds last year a day, but I They're laughing. I ain't feeding 6 pellets a day. if I was, Saki would be very cost effective.
I shall go back through my videos and I will show you on Thursday night when he sent it in the other day. And he went, I'm just going to give him a bit quick feed. Here, look, watch this one when it comes up. 16 pellets. You can count them.
But had they already been fed if I'm feeding by hand?
You probably had, mate. Probably
Yeah,
already gone
because
on feeder already, like.
the feeders,
Not
the
like
feeder's
me when
running
you're
out.
saying, how much you feeding them, guys? As much as I can. Oh, handful after handful. How
How
much
much
in
in
grams
total
total?
grams? Give me a minute.
One for you, one for the pond.
A and C are forgetting that all my fish are battleships like theirs.
All nighter, Dino. All nighter. I'm going to top the
Um,
pond up with a bit of red wine just to keep it looking purple.
Koi control. Give me a minute.
Now, listen, for all those of you out there that use the Koi Control app, try keep it up here as well. Because when you start getting to Aaron's age, you start forgetting things, and now he's become dependent on the Koi Control app because he can't remember how many grams he's putting in.
I have got a whiteboard in my filter shed.
That's how I know you think
Got a
way
Volvo.
more about this. Way too much, man. You got a whiteboard. I mean, technically, I could have a whiteboard if I just use one of the slabs of thingamabob, Kingspan, just write on it and with a thingy pen and wipe it back off afterwards. You don't overthink it. Just throw it in.
Bond.
And the only time I'll be doing what you're doing is when I'm banging it through feeder and working out how much then. And then when I get my feeder on, I'm just going to send it, like you said.
Yeah, I think I'll. Are you still going 16 grams a day? Is it? No, it's way more than that. I think Koi Control saying 83 grams Koi Control saying, but obviously I've got 2 more fish to add into that. Oh, in fact, no, there is a fish that's not even in that either. So probably close to like 120 I'll be starting on and seeing how my levels go and then trying to increase it as much as I can without my levels going mental.
Red wine, you make me feel so fine. That one, do not.
Yeah, 40.
Yeah.
Don't worry, ANC. As Gaz knows, last year I was constantly winding the screw on it, and because I couldn't see nitrate, they had a video call every time they did. How's my nitrate now? Can I wind it in anymore?
Yeah, that's the biggest problem for you because you can't see it in test, can you? So
No,
you got to.
ANC is saying that's nowhere near enough. But what you got to imagine, ANC, is that I had 9 fish.
In comparison to yours.
Yeah, 9 fish at 30 cm at the time. So for 9 fish at 30 cm, I still had 10 cm growth on the majority of mine, which is good. I think it's good for unheated. Now I've got bigger fish in there. We had 12 koi and got to 600. Yeah, but yours are massive. One of your big koi's mass is probably equal to one of mine.
Yeah, if you think of them as Russian dolls, AMC, I could take one of your fish out of your pond because I've seen one of them that's in Daz's pond now, and I could probably put each one of my fish inside each one of my fish and then get them inside one of yours.
Yeah, they are I mean, the shorts that they put out the other day, they are absolutely massive. I'd love one fish to be as big as one of theirs.
Well, you're going to start feeding 600 grams, mate.
Well,
because literally, he must be sitting on his little bridge bit on a night, just shoveling it in.
I would be. If I had a bridge off my pond, I'd be sat on there feeding it in with a drain pipe.
I reckon that too. That's 3 times tonight, Dino, and I totally agree with you, man. Going to the point to push growth. I think it takes out the fun of it all myself. But I understand the yes, I got that size on that fish. I can get that, but my fish, as our friend from up north. I forgot his chap's name now.
Sigh.
No, the other chap from right up north. Got him. I'm sorry, mate. I apologise if you are still on. You are still watching. But as he was saying, the temperatures that we've got, I'll never get the growth that you guys get. Never get the growth. I know I always say it in jest, but I'm telling you, here in Huddersfield, where I live, at this point in Huddersfield, there's only 2 areas higher than where I live. Our 3rd highest place. And it's freezing here all the time. And when it comes to summer, we literally manage to squeeze in 3 barbecues a year. And that's if we're lucky. Rest of the time, we're still wrapped up in his big coats. Serious, man.
No, yeah, I mean,
When
you only have to look at
today's.
today's.
You did pond dig with us. That was summer. That was it, mate. That were all we got. Rest of the time, it's pissing it down every day.
It shows you though, doesn't it, that DT actually bent in them temperatures when people at work outside just got a bit hot.
Yeah, but that's the thing. While all you guys are going out there pushing the growth on your fish and getting them massive and reducing the lifespan by half, technically mine and the other chaps up north, we get to keep our fish forever, and they're forever slow growth, and they'll live 30, 40 years. Provided you don't do up daft and kill them with PP treatment.
I think there's obviously a fine balance in it. I know, I just read that, to be fair.
I honestly, Dino, with that, when you're saying you get more pleasure from the smaller ones than 60 cm koi, if I could get all these fish in here to 60 cm, I would take out the ones that are shit, by which I mean are the early fish that I've got, which are just in here as fillers. If I could get the rest of them to 45, 50, 60 cm, that'd do me. I'd be happy as a pig in shit. I'm not bothered about it. For me, koi, when they get to 80, 90 cm, I don't think they're as attractive or as pleasing to look at as what they are when they're 30 to 60. Them big ugly faces and then washed up lips. Yeah.
For me, I couldn't understand what he's saying that he gets his pleasure out of the smaller ones, because like my biggest learning curve this year was with that Ginrin Shiro, like, and it's quite up there in my pond on one of my favourite fish, even though I've got fish that are miles more expensive and miles bigger. It's the one that has changed the most.
Sorry, comments make me laugh on these belters. I prefer them big. I like big butts and I can't deny. Same girls, they look like sausage. And face them. Sausage and bean pasties, the bigger they go. We've heard. So you've got, how big's the one that you're putting at 26 cm ANC? How big's that now? It's all about the growing, not the showing. Well, actually, Paul, it's all about how many times you can make it rise rather than the size.
It's after the watershed.
There's never been a watershed on here, mate. I don't think there ever has. Don't be singing that at the bottom of the garden. Yeah, there's a sneaky behind me.
I was just about to say that the people can walk by the back of your shed.
Well, if they walk by back at shed and they stay there too long, mate, I'll just pull levers and give them a good soaking. Wash them away with PP water.
Brown shoes.
Yeah. let's have a quick walk around and have a little quick check. I'll leave you guys here for a second. Because I can't unplug this because I'm literally, the battery's going to die on me if I do. But I'm just going to do a quick parameter check, make sure everything's as it should be. Because it's pitch black up that top end. I shall get the floodlight out, the floodlight of doom.
In October there it was 38 and 40 cm. 38 and 40 cm. I'd be happy if I got one of my koi, considering there's all bought small to 60. Very happy.
You can't be done, but you need heat, don't you?
Well, all is good. Nobody's. I just thought I'd double check and make sure there's no on the bottom and there's no bellied over out like that. Everybody's still as they should be.
Good.
Life Around says, anyway, I'm off. It's been great live. Catch you on the next one. Thursday night, mate. Don't forget to
See you later, dude.
Take care. Hope everything goes all well with the salt treatment, mate. Hope everything's good for pond and fish are doing well. We'll catch you on the next one. Thursday night. 7:30. That's the thing. If anybody has got any questions they would like to talk about or any topics they would like to talk about on Thursday night, I hope, for fingers crossed, Rick from New Forest Koi should be back with us. I do believe we'll be having Ryan back on with us, and I do believe Crafty will be joining us. I might also be sending out a bit of an invite to Mr. Hadfield, see if he wants to come on and tell us about the mosquito, see how it was faring on the old ski slope.
Why did you wait till I had a mouthful?
But yeah, I think we could safely turn around and class this as a successful PP treatment, and everything seems to have gone quite well. We've hit that 3 hour mark, so that means the PP's now been in for 3 hours and 15 minutes, or 3 hours and 20 minutes. So I shall say to you all, thank you very much for keeping me company. I will be popping back out every 10-20 minutes or so to keep a check on them, but I'm going to let them settle down for at night and see how they go. Usual thing, guys, if you've been enjoying this content, Lebo, thanks very much for joining us. Aaron, thank you very much for joining us as well, bud. Thank you everybody that's been there this evening to keep me company while we're going through it. I hope this has perhaps made it a little bit easier for anybody else that might be thinking about doing it. But what I will say to anybody that is thinking of having a go, always get some advice from the people that know what they're doing. Seek advice, ask the people that are in the profession that know what they're doing. Stick with it and give it a go. Don't be afraid of it, guys, because it is daunting, but it isn't as difficult as what we would think. So, usual thing, if you've enjoyed the kind of content, guys, do us a huge favour. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Till next time, keep smiling. We'll catch you all on the next one. Good night,
Al.
Good night, Al. Catch you later, bud. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Good night. See you Thursday.